Behind a combined 16 runs, including 7 homers, the Twins have rolled to back-to-back wins over the A's at Target Field. Can the home team finish off a 3-game sweep? Or will Chris Davis and the A's snap a 3-game losing skid before heading back to Oakland? The Athletics and the Twins collide, and all the action comes your way on MLB.tv. Welcome to Target Field in Minnesota, where the Twins are looking to finish off a 3-game sweep of the A's after earning a 7-4 victory on Wednesday night. A 2-run single by Kenny Vargas in the first inning put the Twins on the board. And as the big slugger stepped to the plate in the third, he was about to cause even more misery for Oakland starter Kendall Graveman.
26-year-old Graveman, 2 on, nobody out. In the Twins' third. Kenny Vargas swings and crushes to center field and deep. Rajay Davis back at the wall. It's gone! Vargas to the berm and center. It's a 3-run homer, and the Twins lead 5-1. In 2 at-bats tonight, Kenny Vargas has matched his career high for RBIs in a game. 5 in.
As Hector Santiago went back to work in the 4th, now with a 5-1 lead, he was about to receive the kind of defensive support that most pitchers can only dream of.
The 4th is on, so is Danny Glad.
Well, thank you, Corey. First pitch swinging is Davis, center field, long run. Buxton tries and makes the catch. Oh, Buxton, that ball was a bullet line drive, and Buxton in a straight line timed the leap perfectly and a nice backhand catch.
Brandon Kinsler came on in the 9th inning looking to protect a 7-3 lead, but would quickly find trouble. He would eventually face Trevor Plouffe with the bases loaded as the longtime former Twin represented the go-ahead run.
Bases loaded, 1 out, double play ends the game. And again, the 1-2, ground ball to short. Twins have a chance. Escobar second for 1. Dozier's relay, ball game over. 6-4-3, double play ends it. Some drama late, but the Twins hang on to defeat the A's 7-4.
Today, Minnesota turns to Kyle Gibson, who is still seeking his first victory of the season. In Gibson's last outing against the Royals on April 28th, the right-hander pitched into the 6th inning, giving up 3 runs on 5 hits and 3 walks, settling for a no decision. In 2 career starts against the A's, Gibson is 1-1 with a 4.09 ERA. Opposing Gibson today will be Oakland rookie Jarrell Cotton, who was 2-3 with an ERA of 5 on the season. The right-hander has alternated poor and solid starts in each of his 5 outings in 2017, giving up 6 runs on 10 hits last time out versus Houston, though only 3 of the 6 runs were earned. Cotton has never faced the Twins in his young career. Let's head inside the broadcast booth for the call of the action between the Twins and the A's on MLB.tv.
Call 800-I2I or visit MNEYE.com for your specialty eye care needs. The first place Minnesota Twins on the field. On this lovely afternoon, the Twins today donning the red tops. TC logo on the front, white pants, blue and red piping down the sides. Red cap and a blue bill. The A's, the dark green top, gray pants, green cap, green bill. Twins are seeking their first 3-game sweep over the A's here since May of 2012. Even going back to last season, the Twins have won 4 straight against Oakland. That's the longest winning streak the Twins have had against the A's since parts of the 07-08 season. As Danny today, Kyle Gibson trying to pick up that elusive first win. 0-3 after 5 starts.
Important again, talk about first pitch strike for Kyle Gibson. Very important for him. Don't worry about the strikeouts. Really not a strikeout type pitcher. Going to throw to contact. avoid any free passes to this Oakland ball club. We've seen the Twins defense. They're ranked number 2 in the American League. So use your defense here this afternoon. Throw the ball over the plate.
Gibson, that first pitch strike percentage, only 51% this year according to Fangraphs, and that's nowhere near his career number of 58. Matt Joyce, Jed Lowry, Chris Davis to bat for the A's. Gibson set to go, and the opening pitch is a sinker missing outside, ball 1. And with that underway here at Target Field, just a beautiful day. 63 degrees at game time. And the 1-0 pitch off speed, low and inside, a curveball. And now 2-0 on Matt Joyce, batting leadoff for the 3rd time this year. Joyce has had a decent series, 2 for 6, a couple of walks, 2 homers. He's knocked in 9. And the 2-0 pitch is on the inside corner. Strike called, the fastball from Gibson. 2-1. The A's have dropped 8 of 9, and their season worst 5 games under 500 at 11-16. And the 2-1 pitch, ground ball right side to his right. Dozier off his glove, a diving attempt into center field, and Joyce is on. That'll be scored, a base hit for Matt Joyce, now 3 of 7 in this series. Dozier diving to his right, could not glove it, slowed it down somewhat as the ball found the grass in center.
You talk about Matt Joyce. We touched on it a little bit last night. Joyce, with all the clubs he's been with, he's always seemed to hit the Minnesota Twins so well. He had 2 hits the other day and a leadoff single here. So Joyce seems to really kind of thrive off of Twins pitching.
Joyce, 32 years old, was with the Pirates last year, had some great years with the Rays. So he's at first, nobody out. Jed Lowry, a .356 on base percentage. Switch hitting second baseman, strike called, 0-1. Now we saw Joyce steal a base on Tuesday night, not really a part of his game. When Gibson is on, though, something we saw during that great spring, so many ground balls. And that's what the Twins are aligning for right now, trying to turn a double play. The game ended last night on a double play. From the stretch, and the 0-1, up and inside, raising Lowry's arms. 1-1. Lowry 2 homers, 5 knocked in. He drew a walk last night at a lengthy at bat. Only a plate appearance against Brandon Kinsler. In the 9th inning, as the A's made some noise, but still the Twins won by 3, 7-4. Joyce a short lead, nobody out, and the 1-1. A swing and a high fly into right center. Should be playable for Danny Santana. Ball shy of the track. He's got room. Will catch it. Joyce will tag and now hold as the throw comes back in, slightly offline. You could hear the Twins dugout get that ball back in after Santana caught it. So Lowry flies out. 1 on, 1 away. And now Chris Davis, second in the American League in home runs with 10. Twins, though, pitched him well, Danny, in this series. Davis only 1 for 7.
Yeah, it's still a threat when he gets in the batter's box. This guy's all or nothing here, but you like his bat. You look at the lineup of the Oakland Athletics. There are a few guys in here that can hurt you with a long ball. Davis, one of them.
Hit 42 home runs last year, becoming the 5th player in Oakland history and the 7th in A's history to hit at least 40 home runs. He checks in a slider. They appeal. Did not go. Ball 1.
Hey, you look at the Oakland media guide. They've got it up there. Athletics 40 homer club. And Davis is illustrated on that, but also Giambi, Canseco, McGuire. Reggie Jackson's on there.
Outfield playing very deep against Davis, and the 1-0 pitch, fastball low. So 2 balls and no strikes on Chris Davis. Came to the A's in February last year from the Milwaukee Brewers. Davis in left field today, 29 years old. Yonder Alonso, home run threat is on deck, and the 2-0 swing and a miss. Good slider from Kyle that time. 2-1. I love what Stephen Vogt, 2-time All-Star catcher for the A's, had to say about his teammate Davis before this series began. He's probably the best player in the game that nobody's talking about. He doesn't gain all the attention. 42 home runs certainly surprised many last year, but already 10 this year. No score in the first, and the 2-1 pitch, a drive deep but foul to left. This one's going to land deep down the left field line, but well foul. 2-2.
Corey, wouldn't you say a lot of that has to do with the market that they play in?
Absolutely.
The Oakland Athletics, yes. Not the teams that, the team that the A's have kind of put on the field in the years past, but still 42 homers, 100 plus RBIs, pretty impressive. Not surrounded by some other good guys, though.
Now the 2-2 pitch. Ooh, just missed on a fastball. 94. Jimenez was set up down and inside, and that one just missed. So now a full count on Davis. That sinker running just off the inside part of the plate. We'll see if Joyce is running here. Alonso is homered to back-to-back games. He would hit with one out as Gibson throws over to first and Joyce back in safely. Jimenez catching. Eduardo Escobar is at third today. Miguel Sano in the lineup DHing. No Kepler, no Mauer, no Castro, no Grossman. Kenny at first defensively here for game 3. Joyce stays. The 3-2 pitch. A drive in the air, center field in trouble. Buxton back, turning, and now can't find it. Hits the warning track and bangs off the 411 side. Joyce around third. He's going to try to score. The throw to the plate's going to be up the line. And the A's take a 1-0 lead. On a Chris Davis run-scoring double as Buxton just lost it. Twisting and turning from the sunshine into the shadows. Near the 411 side, left of center field, 1-0 Oakland. And Buxton went back to his left and turned around. And Danny, maybe the wind is playing havoc with the ball a bit in the outfield today.
He just kind of nonchalanted it initially, turning to the right, looking then over his shoulder, looking for the ball, and realized it was on the backside. So he had to kind of turn back around, and in doing so, that ball might have moved on him a little bit. I don't think by the wind. I just think by the speed of the rotation of the ball.
Pitch outside, ball 1 to Yonder Alonso. Gibson has faced 4 batters now today. First pitch strike only once, and that was to Lowry. So the RBI for Davis is 18th. Joyce is in. Davis at second base. Alonso. It's 7 homers all of last year, already 6 this year. And the 1-0 pitch is a strike call. The fastball at the knees at 92. Alonso's career high home runs of the season. That was with San Diego, hit 9 in 2012. Open stance, left-handed batting first baseman. Davis at second base and 1 out, and the 1-1 is up and dropped by Jimenez, ball 2.
You know, you talked about it might have lost it in the sunlight. Not the case here early in the ballgame. Usually the sun plays later in the day. But Buxton had his sunglasses on, and I don't think you saw it initially right off the bat. Right now, he's taking his glasses off, and they're on top of his hat. So, therefore, I think he feels he can see the ball off the bat a little bit better right now.
Gibson behind, Alonso 2-1. And here it comes. A swing at a fly ball, left field. That's well hit. Rosario back, though, with the play. Right near the track, will catch it. And quickly gets it back in towards third. Good throw into Escobar. So the A's are making solid contact, but that one stayed near the track and caught by Rosario. So 2 outs. Davis still at second base, 1-0 Oakland. And now Ryan Healy, who DH'd the first 2 games at third base defensively today. Trevor Plouffe on the bench here for game 3.
Well, that's the plan. Talking about Melvin, manager of the Oakland Athletics, with Healy, one of the younger players that still has a ceiling here. Still some good potential with this kid. DH a couple of days. He'll play third base. He'll go over and play some first base. Always trying to keep his bat in the lineup.
So man at second, 2 outs. Healy bats right-handed as Gibson with a slider, missing low, ball 1. Outside of Matt Joyce, everything else, Danny's been in the air. That's not Gibson's game. That sinker ball he wants to induce, ground ball after ground ball, but that's not playing yet. Kyle off the first base side comes home with the 1-0 pitch, grounded foul past third. And former Twin and Oakland third base coach Chip Hale. 1-1. Busy afternoon of baseball across the big leagues, although one game already rained out. Indians and the Tigers. 1-0 Oakland, and the 1-1 pitch bounced foul. On the grass, that'll roll near the third base dugout. 1-2 on Ryan Healy. 3 homers. He's knocked in 10. He's had a challenging road trip. He's not alone. There's collective struggle offensively up and down this Oakland roster right now, but Healy 4 for his last 33. A road trip that began with 3 in Anaheim, 3 in Houston, and now 3 here at Target Field. 1-2 on Healy, and the pitch, swing and a miss. He got him on a curveball. So Healy strikes out, and the A's first is over, but the A's do score 1 run on 2 hits. They lead 1. And after 1/2 play to Target Field, Oakland 1. Twins coming up on your home for Twins baseball. Oakland 1, Twins nothing. Dozier, Polanco, and Sano against rookie right-hander Jarrell Cotton. 5 starts, 2-3, ERA at 5. Cotton 5'11", 195, was born in the Virgin Islands. Now makes his home near Detroit as he misses outside, and Dozier ball 1. Brian good to go today. Got hit in the elbow in the ball game last night. Stayed in, sore, but he's all right. Back in there for game 3 today. Well, now the 1-0 from Cotton. Dozier pulls a ground ball. Foul. Late call, but ruled foul by Mark Wegner. Down the third base line, and Dozier about halfway up the line looking back across the diamond in disbelief, as he thought he chopped that one on one bounce right over the third base bag, but a late call by Wegner, and it was ruled foul. And because the ball landed in front of the umpire, that is one you cannot review. Oakland playing Brian to pull on the infield. 3 defending left of second base. Lowry, Rosales, and the third baseman Healy. Dozier 4 homers and 10 knocked in. His 6th career multi-homer game happened here on Tuesday night. And he waggles the bat back and forth, and the 1-1 is popped up. Foul behind the Twins' first base dugout. No play. There's the changeup, Danny, and the velocity about 77, maybe 78. That's a pitch we'll see often to righties and lefties today.
And Corey, it's not so much the speed of the changeup, it's the arm action on the changeup. It looks like he's going to throw a fastball, arm speed. It's just that he chokes that ball off and it comes out of his hand at, like you said, different miles per hour, but comes right over the top. He's got a good body type on him.
And the 1-2 fastball floated foul out of play right side. So he goes from 77 at changeup to a fastball at 94.
And he's got the breaking ball as well.
Cotton was acquired at the trade deadline last year from the Dodgers. The deal that sent Rich Hill and Josh Reddick to Los Angeles. And the 1-2 swing and a miss. He struck him out. The changeup. It's the 20th strikeout for Cotton on the year, averaging 6 strikeouts per night. So 1 up, 1 down. 1-0 Oakland.
What's good about the changeup? He can throw it for strikes. He can locate it. That pitch there kept it away. Watching some of the guys in the on-deck circle when he's throwing, and Polanco bats right now. Those guys get what I'd call a free at bat. They're in the on-deck circle, and they're getting the timing down as well. They're trying to track the ball from the pitcher, even though they're just in the on-deck circle.
Fastball painted inside corner, strike called on the switch hitting Polanco. Did not play yesterday. An 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored back on Tuesday night. Polanco on base percentage at .312. And Cotton's 0-1 pitch is pop foul, souvenir left side, 0-2. Now, righties are faring better than lefties against the right-handed pitching. Jarrell Cotton, righties .318, lefties .250. Well, the changeup certainly comes to mind as to why lefties are hitting for a lower average. Stephen Vogt catching Cotton today, sets up away. He wants it up though, and the 0-2 is up and away. A fastball, ball 1. Twins have done a great job in this series, yet again showing patience, drawing walk after walk. And as we saw last night, turning those walks into runs scored. And the 1-2 off speed, strike 3 call, the changeup. So Dozier strikes out swinging, Polanco strikes out looking. So 2 down, both on the changeup, Danny.
Well, that's his go-to pitch right there. It's a swing and miss pitch. But also, he's got some really kind of funny, almost a screwball type rotation on it. And that one had movement down and away to the left-hander, and you can't give up on that pitch.
Polanco, he doesn't strike out often. So 2 up, 2 down. Miguel Sano DHing. And here it comes. It's off speed and high, and a curveball, ball 1. Sano among the league leaders, and you name it. OPS, home runs, runs scored, RBIs, walks. Over his last 6 games alone, he's knocked in 13 runs. Twins down by 1 early with 2 outs as the changeup misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes on Miguel. He's homered 8 times and knocked in 27. Kenny Vargas on deck if this inning prolongs. 2 balls and no strikes on Sano. And here it comes. Swing and a miss, dropping Miguel down to a knee. A fastball at 94. Big aggressive cut there from Sano. 2-1. Vogt sets up towards the outside corner. And the 2-1 pitch is popped up foul, souvenir right side. Twins stay home after the ball game today. The Red Sox in town for 3 beginning tomorrow night. Oakland heading home. They host the Tigers tomorrow night at the Coliseum. 2-2 on Sano. And here's the pitch up and inside, ball 3. Cobb last time out, he got roughed up. Only 4 1/3 innings in Houston. 6 runs, 3 were earned, and a loss on 10 hits. Full count on Miguel, and the 3-2 is high, ball 4, and that's what Sano's been doing all year long. And it's something that I heard our buddy Roy Smalley say of Brian Dozier last year when he was locked in starting in June. It's a sign of a good hitter, Danny, not just what he puts in play, but the pitches he doesn't chase. And pitches that a batter who is locked in avoids expanding and going after.
You know, and we're seeing Sano kind of sustain it. Usually you'll go in spurts like that, but he's been able to maintain it all year. Patient hitter. And that's also why his average is still real high at .314.
So 2 down for Kenny Vargas, who swings and misses on a fastball. Vargas matched a career high with a 5 RBI performance last night. And a 2-run single in the first, a 3-run homer to center in the third. Kenny riding a 5-game hitting streak. A's have 3 on the right side. And the 0-1. A swing and a dribbler back towards the mound. Picked up by Cotton. He has time and he throws it to first, and that's the inning. Twins get a walk, don't score, leave one after one. A's 1, Twins nothing. On your home for Twins baseball.
Love games? Nobody covers every game like MLB Tonight.
This dude's going on the DL for sure.
Well, maybe not every game, but if it's a baseball game, MLB Tonight's got live look-ins and highlights every night on MLB Network.
Up to an hour before first pitch, and you save money on food and beverage. Learn more at twinsbaseball.com/flex. First pitch strike on the two-time All-Star catcher Stephen Vogt. Off to a rough start. The homer 3 knocked in. And the 0-1 pitch is lifted foul out of play down the left field side. 0-2. Another day, and the A's had to make another roster move. Catcher Josh Phegley was placed on the 7-day concussion DL. And Oakland did bring up the catcher Bruce Maxwell. Took an early flight from Texas this morning. Like Vogt, Maxwell hits left-handed. And the 0-2 pitch inside, missed the corner. And a fastball, ball 1. But Danny, that's been a part of this story for the A's so far this season. How often they have used that disabled list.
Is it 12 now that they've used it? What did you say? 27 they used the DL last year.
And the 1-2, a fly ball center field, sending Buxton back. Byron still going. Warning track. Byron can't track this one down. Hits off the wall, and Byron is down. Vogt to second base. He's going to make third standing as Buxton is slow to get up and now is on his feet walking near the base of the wall in center field. So 2 balls have been hit to nearly identical spots. It was Davis's RBI double in the first out near the 411 side, and now Buxton tracking this one down, at least attempting to, off the bat of Stephen Vogt. In fact, the bullpen door popped open as Byron was sprinting hard, his right shoulder driving into the padding, and that popped the bullpen door open. Buxton appears to be okay. It's a leadoff triple for Stephen Vogt as Chad Pinder bats, and he's behind a strike, 0-1.
I think if that door does not pop open, I think he hits that wall a little bit harder, but with top speed, you better have some good brakes when you get close to the wall like that.
Righty to righty, and the 0-1 pitch, ground ball left side and through, base hit left field. Vogt scores, RBI single Pinder, and it's 2-0 Oakland. A one-hop liner to Escobar's left. Eduardo, a diving attempt, got glove on it, but could not slow it down enough. And the A's lead by 2 in the second. It's already 4 hits for this Oakland offense. As Pinder kept the hands in, dropped the barrel, and ripped one past Escobar for his 3rd RBI of the season. So now Jeff Decker, his 15th game, 0 for his last 13, a non-roster invite during spring training, had his contract selected back in mid-April. As Gibson hits the outside corner with a strike called at 77, a curveball, 0-1. Two nothing A's in the second. Pinder at first, nobody out, and the 0-1. Swing and a foul, hung on to by Jimenez. No balls and 2 strikes. Gibson last time out, it was Friday against the Royals at Kauffman Stadium. Took a no decision. Twins won that game. Gibson 5 1/3 innings, 3 runs on 5 hits. Did walk 3. And the 0-2 is high, ball 1. Did you see progress from Gibson, Danny, with that start? Even though he did not win, no decision, did you see a step forward?
At times I did. In certain batters I did. And then all of a sudden there was the Kyle Gibson with the lack of command, but then all of a sudden he'd get right back in it. One thing that though he does, they seem when they put the ball in play, they hit it hard, and they've been doing that today.
Gibson throws over to first, and Pinder back and standing.
And I also talked about the key for Kyle Gibson today is be able to don't go worry about the strikeouts, pitch ahead. We're looking for strike 1, but also use your defense. Ball hit off the glove of Escobar at third base, playing very shallow. And then of course Buxton, that first run allowed, kind of misplayed a ball hit hard in center field.
1-2 on Decker, and here it comes. It's flared to shallow right. That's going to drop for a hit. Holding at second base is Pinder. So you mentioned the exit velocity has been there all day long so far for the A's offense. That one, though, kind of floating into right field. No chance for Santana. And the A's have 2 on, still nobody out for the shortstop, Adam Rosales. Rosales has moved around his batting order, hitting 9th today, 1 for 7 in this series. Scored twice.
Paul is trying to get Vargas's attention. He was playing back in this bunt situation. I'm not sure how often that the A's do this, but it's going to flip the order. If he can sacrifice, you got a left-hander and Matt Joyce due up next. So see how they play it here.
Escobar a few steps in at third, as is Kenny at first. Nobody out. Rosales does show bunt. Here it comes. He bunts it back towards the mound near short. Everybody's going to be safe, and the bases are loaded. So it was a bunt, and kind of a line drive bunt in a perfect spot. Third base out of the mound into no man's land. The shortstop Polanco was covering second base. Gibson went over to cover first, so nobody there the left side of the infield.
In a bunt situation like that, and Gibby's in charge of everything in front of him. Vargas has to come in, everything in front of him, and then Escobar has everything in front of him. But it looked like Gibby kind of stepped off to the left first base side just a little bit. And like you said, that bunt was bunted fairly hard, and it just got by him.
So now the bases are loaded. Nobody out. 2-0 Oakland. Big spot in this game, Matt Joyce. And a base hit himself on the first and scored out the RBI double from Davis. Twins bullpen quiet. Gibson 32 pitches in. And here comes on Joyce, and a sinker missing low, ball 1. So a triple from Vogt. Pinder RBI single. Decker single to right. Rosales a bunt single. And the 1-0 pitch. And that's outside and low. A changeup, ball 2. As we mentioned last night, Joyce hit a grand slam here at Target Field, then with Tampa Bay. It was in 2010. And the 2-0 pitch, line to right, down the line, foul. 2-1. The A's offense 14th in the American League in runs scored, 12th in on-base percentage. They are prone to striking out. Gibson has 1 strikeout so far today. It's always a double play depth. And the 2-1 up and inside. Ball 3, not close. Near the shoulder. Three and 1. Lowry on deck. Important pitch for Gibson behind 3-1. And here it comes. Inside, he walked him and a run scores. 3-0 Oakland on the bases loaded walk to Matt Joyce. Decker to third. Rosales down to second. Pinder scores. And here comes Neil Allen. And here come the sweatshirts coming off of the Twins bullpen. They're going to get somebody up here. Twins down by 3. Still nobody out in the second inning.
I think it's going to be a short leash on Kyle Gibson.
And Allen kind of slapping his hands together as that conversation ends. Just not throwing enough strikes right now, and this is something we have seen, Danny, with Gibson so far in the regular season, something we did not see at all in spring training.
It almost looks like his mannerisms change a little bit on the mound. He gets a little kind of trying to be just too fine with his pitches.
So bases loaded, nobody out. Lowry flied out to right his first time up. Switch hitting second baseman, batting left-handed. And there's a ground ball to short. Should be 2. It'll score a run. Polanco to second for 1. Dozier's relay in time, double play. Decker does score. 4-0 A's, but now 2 outs in the second inning. So no RBI for Lowry. Rosales to third. So 2 outs, a man on. And now Chris Davis had an RBI double to center back in the first inning. Left-hander Craig Breslow, who did warm late last night in the 9th inning, is up early today. As Davis takes way inside a sinker that nearly grazed his elbow. Ball 1. Twins turning their first innovative office solutions posted brand double play here today. That was a part of last night's storyline, including a game-ending double play. And a 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. This changeup Gibson has thrown today, 1-1. Breslow throwing, and a lefty and Alonso on deck. If Davis reaches, that'll likely do it for Kyle Gibson. Twins down by 4 early on in the second. And the 1-1. Weak ground ball past the mound up the middle. Dozier to his right. He's got it behind second. Throws him out. And the inning is finally over. But not before the A's bring 7 to the plate, adding 3 more runs while leaving 1. We have played an inning and a half at Target Field. It now reads Oakland 4, Twins nothing on your home for Twins baseball.
Stay close to the action all season long with highlights of every game and previews of every upcoming matchup. Quick Pitch, late nights and every morning on MLB Network.
Eduardo Escobar batting in the home second against Joel Cotton. As he pumps in a fastball and strike called, letter high at Escobar, 0-1. Escobar 2 for 4, doubled last night. Defending at third base today. From the windup, and the 0-1 pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rosario on deck, followed by Chris Jimenez. And the 1-1 down and inside. 2 balls and a strike on Escobar. And Cotton was given a tall task early in the season, April 10th. That was the Royals home opener. It was a very emotional day in Kansas City after the passing of Yordano Ventura. And the pitch is high. Now a 3-1 count on Escobar. And of course, the place was sold out, emotions running high. And yet Cotton with 7 shutout innings as he picked up the win back on April 10th at Kauffman Stadium. Behind Escobar, 3-1. And here it comes, a swing and a pop-up. Foul right side near the Twins dugout. In comes Alonso, warning track at the railing, no play, as Alonso was helped out by Miguel Sano at the railing. Alonso kind of ran over, had his eyes up to the sky trying to find the ball, and Sano found Alonso to make sure he wasn't going to tumble over the railing. You can hear the wind right now. It's picking up a bit. 3-2 on Escobar. Rosario on deck, 4-0 A's in the second. And the payoff pitch is swinging a high fly into right center field. Joyce going back. Joyce at the wall. It's up, and that ball's going to be caught at the wall. Was in the air a long time. And then Matt Joyce catching that ball right near the base of the fence in straightaway right field. 1 out.
I think the wind pushed that one back a little bit. Joyce got back. The way he reacted on that ball, did everything right at going to the warning track, the fence, get underneath it, and then be able to kind of work his way back.
In the air a long time, just shy of the 365 sign, 1 step in front of the wall. So 1 down for Eddie Rosario, who sends one foul behind the plate. A's by 4 in the second. Rosario with a 13-game hitting streak, a career high. Only Mike Trout has a longer hitting streak running right now in the American League. And the 0-1 pitch is down low. 2 years ago today, May 4th, 2015, Eddie Rosario received news that he was coming up. Oswaldo Arcia put on the disabled list, and Rosario came up, made his debut against this Oakland team 2 days later here at Target Field. A 1-1, a fly ball into right. Similar spot, Joyce again back. Joyce this time turning, looking, that ball's gone! Off the facing of the second deck in right field, Eddie Rosario with a home run to right. The hitting streak continues, and the Twins are on the board. It's now a 4-1 ball game. It was a changeup. It was up and in. And Rosario launches number 3. And much like Escobar's, Danny, that ball was lofted in the air a long time, but that one had a bit more on it.
Yeah, it did. It just the same height, but he got out in front of that one a little bit better.
There's a drive to left field off the bat of Jimenez, but Davis with a leaping catch in left. 2 outs. So 4-1 ball game, 2 down in the second. And now Danny Santana. A rare start for Danny today in a pinch hit appearance the other night. Doubled down the left field line. It's 3 for 21 for Danny Santana on the season. Base is empty, 2 outs in the second, and the pitch is down low. A changeup, ball 1. Twins trying to get some momentum back on their side. Twins bullpen is quiet. Looks like Gibson will come back out and work the third inning. Cotton's 1-0 pitch, a fly ball into right center, deep in the gap. This is really hit towards the wall and gone. Another homer off the facing of the second deck. This time, Danny Santana. Second solo shot this inning, and it's 4-2 Oakland. That was a fastball. Escobar nearly got one. Rosario did. And now Santana with number 1. Twins down by 2. Twins up to 29 homers as a team as Buxton takes a pitch down low, ball 1. How about this stuff? These numbers from StatCast. As we look at StatCast, brought to you by Mayo Clinic Sports Medicine. Danny Santana, the distance 437 feet on the home run. High above the out-of-town scoreboard, facing of the second deck in right center. Exit velocity 107 miles per hour. As Buxton pops it up. Playable on the infield, back of short. This is Rosales now in on the dirt and still looking. He'll catch it. And with that, the second is over. But not before the Twins go deep twice. Solo shots, Rosario and Santana. And after 2, it now reads Oakland 4, Twins 2 on your home for Twins baseball. Twins get 2 back, now trailing by 2, 4-2 Oakland. As the A's will bat top half of the third. Ian Desmond is really on target. The Rockies first baseman, freshly off the disabled list, went 3 for 5. He had 2 home runs last night. Desmond finished with 3 knocked in, scored twice. As the Rockies beat San Diego 11-3. Who's on target? Brought to you by Target, proud partner of the Minnesota Twins. Big inning here for Kyle Gibson. Strike 1 on Yonder Alonso. 0 for 1 today. Gibson's pitch is off the outside corner. On a change of pace, 1-1. Alonso fly to left in the first. Gibson 43 pitches in. He's allowed 4 runs on 6 hits and the 1-1. Off speed low. He's walked 1, struck out 1. Trying to keep momentum on the Twins side right now. Healy on deck and then Stephen Vogt. And the 2-1 pitch rolled foul off Alonso's foot. Speed offering there from Gibson, 2-2. This will be the challenge here for Gibson, even though kind of the first time through today was more problematic for Gibson than we have seen this year. The issue's been for Kyle before today, that second and really third time facing the batting order, and the 2-2 high ball 3.
You talk about the first time, second time through the lineup, kind of here it was in the second inning, but also the pitch count for Kyle Gibson. It's always seemed to kind of ratchet up early.
Twins have 3 defending on the right side of second base, full count, and the 3-2 pitch, line foul, slicing on the left field side. The windup, and again the 3-2 pitch, he walked him outside, ball 4. Leadoff man is on for the 3rd straight inning. And there's the second walk issued by Kyle today. And now Ryan Healy. Breslow was throwing in the second, but nothing doing just yet. Healy struck out his first time, 0 for 8 in the series. Alonso a short lead. He stays, and the pitch, fastball hits the outside corner, called at 93, a strike, 0-1. Other day games coming up shortly. The Astros and the Rangers, White Sox and Royals. Other games underway today. Washington leading Arizona 1-0 in the 3rd. Pirates over the Reds 1-0 in the 2nd. And the 0-1 pitch, tap foul off Healy's foot in the batter's box, 0-2. Twins will go back to a 5-man rotation in this upcoming weekend series with the Red Sox. Nick Tepesch will start Saturday. And Tepesch has yet to pitch at all with the Twins in any capacity. And the 0-2 way outside, snagged by Jimenez, ball 1. Phil Hughes tomorrow night, Tepesch Saturday, Irvin Santana Sunday. The Red Sox will counter with Eduardo Rodriguez, a lefty, tomorrow night. Then Rick Porcello Saturday and Chris Sale on Sunday. Sale, Santana at 1:10 on Sunday. Weather looks great all weekend long. And the 1-2 outside corner, strike 3 called. Fastball that came back and caught the edge. Second strikeout for Gibson. So 1 on, now 1 out. 4-2 A's in the 3rd. And the batter Stephen Vogt, he tripled and scored in the 2nd. Vogt, a 2-time All-Star catcher. He was homered once and knocked in 3. Here it comes, ground ball right side, knocked down by Vargas. He'll only play to first, and that's the out on Vogt as Alonso takes second. If Kenny fields that ball cleanly, the Twins certainly have a chance to get 2. Vargas knocked it down, never gloved it cleanly, and only got the out at first on Vogt. To second, Alonso, so 2 outs, and now a man in scoring position for Chad Pinder.
Yeah, it almost looked like he was going to field a step on the bag and then throw and get the out at second base. Just forgot to catch it.
Pinder knocked in a run. A line drive off Escobar's glove. And out to left field, back of the 2nd. His 3rd run batted in this season. 4-2 A's in the 3rd. And a slider low, blocked by Jimenez, ball 1. Gibson hasn't seen the A's all that often in his career. the ball near his chest, and the 1-0 pitch. A line drive center field, but right at Buxton, who squeezes it off his left hip. And that's the inning. The A's do not score. They leave one after 2.5. Twins will bat down 2-4 to Oakland on your home for Twins baseball.
Nobody covers every game like MLB Tonight.
Get the radar gun on that one.
Well, maybe not every game, but if it's a baseball game, MLB Tonight's got live look-ins and highlights every night on MLB Network.
Dozier struck out. Back of the first inning. Bryant now 2 for 8 in this series. Oh, here it comes. He shows bunt. Pulled it back. Off-speed pitch is low, ball 1. Former Twin Matt Tolbert celebrating a birthday today, as is former Twin Kevin Slowey. You can track the Twins all season long on Facebook and Twitter for a chance to wish a current or former Twin a happy birthday. Birthday wishes courtesy of Subway Restaurant. Strike called on Bryant. 1-1. Cotton pitched collegiately at East Carolina. And the 1-1 pitch, low and inside. Ball 2. His brother that pitched the Astros organization a couple years back. And the 2-1 pitch, high, ball 3. With Polanco on deck, A's lead. 4-2 in the third. Cotton made his debut late last year. In early September. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Good cut from Dozier. Cotton beat him with a fastball 3-2. In fact, Cotton picked up a win in his very first Major League appearance against the Angels in Oakland. And the 3-2 pitch fouled back. Fastball at 93. Cotton struck Dozier out at a changeup. His first time, and now Bryant seeing more fastballs. Cotton is averaging roughly 4 walks per 9 after 5 starts. And the 3-2 outside. He just walked Dozier to begin the third inning. Second walk issued by the A's starter today. Now, Danny, with what you've seen from Cotton, his action to the plate, Dozier, 6 stolen bases, the running game in play right now?
I think so. I think that even though down by 2, we're still early in this ball game, and with the numbers that Dozier has, 6 stolen bases, it's just a matter of, is he going to feel comfortable what kind of move does Cotton have, and I'm sure that they were looking at some limited video. I know Paul's pretty astute at looking at video at guys' pickoff moves.
Dozier stays as Polanco pops one foul. You look at the traffic the Twins have had at the bases today. Really, Rosario homered, Santana homered. The only one you can really say, how did Cotton look out of the stretch, was when Sano was on back in the first inning.
Well, that's true, and I think, but the games that, making his sixth start here, he has had other base runners on. Other guys have stolen off him, and the fact that I think the limited ability by the A's catchers to be able to throw out base runners.
Dozier at first, nobody out. Twins down by 2 in the third. And the 0-1 pitch is popped up. Slicing foul off third. Might be playable. Healy over to his right. Measuring on the track. He's got room. And he'll squeeze it for the out. And the wind might have brought that one back somewhat, as Healy was kind of aiming more towards the railing, then stopped. And about 2 or 3 steps to spare before that dugout. He makes the catch. One out. And now Sano, he walked his first time.
With the wind the way it's blowing, and we've seen at this ballpark, I don't think we still have a true idea of how the wind plays in this ballpark, because that ball that Danny Santana hit, I thought was going to be somewhat of a pop-up. It got way out there, and then Escobar hit one that I thought was going to be out as well, and that got pushed down.
So righty to righty in the third. Sano, empty cut. And the pitch at 88-89 from Cotton, 0-1. This is Cutter. It's a 4-seam fastball, low to mid 90s, and that solid changeup in the upper 70s. Sano 8 homers and 27 knocked in. Vargas on deck. Dozier leads. He stays, and the 0-1 popped up foul. This one going to be right above us. Sweet level back behind the plate. 0-2. He's got his glove on, ready, as always, to make a play.
I want you to know, I talked to Kyle Hammer. There's 2 gloves up here in the booth. I'm going to bring a 3rd glove, so we all 3. We're going to travel with 3 gloves, so there's no problem in the future with foul balls coming out of a radio booth. The play will be made.
0-2 on Sano, and the pitch got him. Struck him out swinging. The best fastball Cotton's featured today, 95 by Sano. 3rd strikeout for Cotton. 2 outs, and before Vargas steps in, Danny, we have to step out for station identification from Target Field. This is Twins baseball. A's 4, Twins 2. Dozier still at first. Now 2 outs for Kenny Vargas. As Cotton throws over to first, and Bryant back in safely. Vargas grounded out to Cotton. Back in the opening inning, the Twins and Country Hearth Bread are proud partners this season. The toast of the Twins is Country Hearth Bread. As Vargas takes a change outside for a ball. 1-0. Dozier's yet to try to swipe second base. Leadoff walk, but then Polanco popped out, Sano struck out. And the 1-0 on Vargas, a swing and a miss. And a change up from Cotton that time, 1-1. Twins will not see the A's for a while. And the 1-1 pitch, fastball, strike 2 called. Late July, the Twins have a weekend series at the Coliseum. (4-2) Oakland, bottom 3. And the 1-2 outside and high. Fastball 2-2. Twins looking to sweep the A's for the first time since May of 2012. Down by 2 early today in the third. 2 outs. Dozier stays, and the 2-2 is popped up. Foul right side. Vargas out in front of a changeup, and that will find the fans down the way. And it stays even 2-2. On the side, brings the ball to his belt. And now the 2-2 got him. Vargas strikes out swinging on a fastball. So a leadoff walk. Twins do nothing with it. And after 3, Oakland will bat, leading 4-2 on your home for Twins baseball. 3 at Target Field. A's batting and leading 4-2. This portion of Twins baseball is brought to you by your local Chevy dealers. See your local Chevy dealer or log on to ChevyDealer.com today. The 4th is on, and so is Danny Gleb.
Well, thank you. Decker leads off, pulls it down the right field line. First pitch swinging, and there's a leadoff base hit for Decker, his second hit. So 1 pitch, 1 base runner on, and Decker getting the start in center field. We saw him a lot. He was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Saw him a lot in spring training. So a leadoff single. 7 hits now for the Oakland Athletics. Number 9 hitter, shortstop Rosales. He had a bunt base hit. Now 2 for 8 in this series. Rosales handles the bat well. Decker 1 stolen base. He's been caught 1 time, short lead. Gibby out of the stretch, and quick throw over, and has to dive back. Looked like Decker leaning towards second base. Chip Hale, third base coach for the Oakland Athletics, going through a set of signs, and now Rosales, good hit and run guy, and I think Bob Melvin knows his personnel pretty good and put them in a good situation. And another throw over and another dive back. And every time you throw over, Chip Hale's going to go through a fresh set of signs. It sometimes could be just a repeat sign. Big hole on the right side. Twins looking for a ground ball double play. Gibby got one in the second inning in that 3-run second. This one's pulled foul. Ran a fastball up and in. Rosales out in front pulled it. Gibby pitch count at 57 right now. Decker at first base. Gibby leans in and gets a sign. Jimenez making the first catch assignment of Gibby this year. And a ground ball again pulled foul. So no balls and 2 strikes. Jason Castro getting a day off today. Joe Mauer getting a day off today. Max Kepler getting a day off today. And I was looking at some of the numbers. Left-handers hitting cotton today are pretty good. So ahead, no balls and 2 strikes, setting up inside and a throw to first. Jeff Decker, it's spelled J-A-F-F. And was talking with Mickey Morabito, the traveling secretary for the A's, and when he was born, they misspelled Jeff on his birth certificate. It's a fly ball down the right field line. That's going to slice into the seats. So he elected just to keep it. Buxton shading Rosales a little bit in right center field. Rosario straight up and left, a little bit of a gap in left center field. Couple of home runs for Rosales. He's driven in 6 on the year. And the pitch, slide piece way outside. Gibby with a couple of strikeouts, both of them to Healy. One swinging into first and one looking into third. He's walked a couple. Gibby's had base runners on every inning. And a pitch, swung and a miss, got him. Good fastball, that one at 92. And now here's Matt Joyce to bat. I want to reach out. Got a letter the other day. Got a couple letters, but this one's from some big time Twins fans, Kelly and Matson from Vision Loss Resources. It's a place where guides people and assist people that are blind, visually impaired, or have some vision loss, and they tune in every day to the Twins broadcast. Wanted to thank Corey and myself for all the insight as the Twins play. So appreciate you tuning in and listening. One out, no balls and a strike. Another quick throw over. Joyce with a bases loaded walk in the second inning. Picked up his 10th RBI. He singled leading off the first. And a pitch up and in, spins him around. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a pitch I think Gibby needs to establish a little bit more earlier in the ball games. Not afraid to pitch inside, keep these hitters off the plate. One out, runner at first. And that ball's well stroked right center field. Long run, Buxton. He won't field that. He'll play it high off the wall. Decker can run a little bit. He's going to be held up at third base as the ball comes back in. So another hit for Matt Joyce. And the A's have second and third. Jed Lowry will bat. And that might get the Twins bullpen cooking again. Watching Chip Hale way down, the coach at third base, way down the line, and he saw that Buxton quickly fielded that ball, hit the cutoff man. And Decker runs fairly well, was getting to third base, and with 1 out. And here comes kind of the heart of the order. Elected to hold him up, and now second and third. Forced to play the infield in. Lowry hit into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. He's 1 for 6 in this series. As Gibby out of the stretch delivers up and away, ball 1. Lowry came up with the Boston Red Sox. A nice little utility player. And a pitch. Missed outside. And a right-hander, I think it's Duffy is loosening right now for the Twins with a right-hander. Chris Davis due up next. Get something on the ground right now. And Gibby rocks and delivers. This one's pulled down the right field line. Nice play by the ball person down the right field line. So Lowry bats, second and third, one out. Gibby finally gets the sign. He'll come set and delivers. Missed down and away. Didn't miss by much. Gibby wanted that pitch. Lowry made his debut with the Boston Red Sox. I want to say he got his first major league hit against the Twins at the Metrodome in 2008. Big pitch, 3-1. Little nubber went off speed and just got a piece of it. Good pitch there by Kyle Gibson. So Lowry bats, 3 balls and 2 strikes. See if he comes back with something off speed or tries to get the fastball. And now he steps off. He'll go back to the back of the mound, grab that rosin bag. Lowry, a switch hitter, batting left-handed. Jimenez going through a set of signs. Gibby nods his head. And a 3-2 pitch. Again, pulled foul. Went off speed again. So back-to-back changeups for Kyle Gibson.
We saw Lowry do something like this late last night. It was against Brandon Kinsley before working a walk. In the 9th inning, Twins still won 7-4. But we've seen Lowry have this kind of plate appearance before.
You look at this Oakland A's club, and we talked about it, a lot of seasoned veterans, guys that have been with other organizations. And kind of Lowry, one of those guys, said he came up with Boston, also played with Houston. As Gibby, 3-2 on the way. Fouled off down the left field line. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And Gibby now at 71 pitches. Set Gibby's shortest outing, that 2 2/3 innings against Detroit. In that ball game threw 71 pitches in just 2 2/3. Jimenez going to call timeout, and he'll go out and talk to his pitcher. Gibby 5 1/3 last time, got a no decision at Kansas City, and threw 85 pitches. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Infield in, and the pitch. He walked him. So Lowry loads him up with a walk. That's the 3rd issued by Kyle Gibson. He's going to go to the back of the mound, rub up that baseball. Paul Molitor pacing in the Twins dugout right now. Bases loaded. Chris Davis, and it's going to be Neil Allen. It's going to come out. As Neil Allen out on the mound, everybody on top of the mound right now. Listen to this conversation. And Duffy is just standing out in the mound in the bullpen right now. And from a guy that used to be a starter, and Duffy now, does it take him a little bit longer to get loose? I would think not. I think he found his routine in what works for Duffy out there and how many pitches he needs to get loose to come into the ball game. So Gibby's going to have a chance here with bases loaded, 1 out. Ground ball double play. Takes the Twins right out of this inning. And a pitch. Ground ball, slow tapper to third. It plays at the plate, and it is. There's the out there. So Davis swings at the first pitch and a little nubber down the third base line. Twins will take that. Heads up play. We saw that last night. Also, Miguel Sano. Ground ball to his left. He made the right play getting the force out, but that's just routine right there for Escobar. Alonso bats. He walked his last time up. With a couple of home runs in this series. Driven in 3. So Gibby 1 out. Pitching out of a jam. And hit down the left field line. Slicing. Get foul. And that ball's going to go into the seats. So Gibby again to the back of the mound, picks up the rosin mag. This will be a confidence booster for Kyle Gibson. If he can get out of this, and you always try to scout guys, and when they get in jams, how do they handle it and how do they get out of it? And a pitch. Swung on a foul back. Boy, home run cut right there. He had a pitch to hit. Came out of his shoes, an aggressive swing by Alonso.
At 0-2, what do you want to see here? Bases loaded, 2 outs.
I still want to be aggressive with something, but to get it down in the zone. Alonso, a good fastball hitter. But you've got some pitches to kind of waste here. Or do you come right after him and kind of challenge him with a fastball? See where Jimenez sets up. And it's away, and the ball's hit down the left field line. Another fastball at 93.
And that was up. I think Jimenez wanted that one up even more. It was let her high.
And the rule of thumb is sinker ball pitchers, you get more sink when the ball's down around the knees and below. You get more movement that way. Whereas if the ball's up belt high, chest high, it flattens out. And maybe he wanted it up a little bit higher to where he kind of swings underneath it, can't catch up to it. Pitch inside, almost hit him. Good pitch there. I like that pitch. At the kneecaps, and sometimes you hear people talk about you got to double up with that pitch. Because as a hitter, one time, okay, you came in, there it is, now you're back outside. Top of the 4th, 4-2, bases loaded. A's have had base runners on all afternoon. As Gibby sets out of the stretch. And a 1-2. And he missed high. Joyce, the runner at third base. Jed Lowry walked. He's at second. Chris Davis, the runner at first base. As Gibby leans in and now steps off, asks Jimenez to reset. And ready to go. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Ground ball right side, fielded by Dozier. On one knee, comes up and retires Alonso. Nice job. Kyle Gibson pitching out of a 1-out, bases loaded jam. And the A's come up empty. They leave them loaded. Twins coming to bat. They trail 4-2. You're listening to Giants trail 4-2. Here comes the Twins and Escobar, Rosario, Jimenez. Escobar flew out his only at bat to start at third base here this afternoon. Jarrell Cotton, the right-hander, 2-3 on the year. And the first pitch rolls it over, fielded by the first baseman. Nice play there. He steps on the bag and retires Escobar. So 1 pitch, 1 out. And here's Eddie Rosario, home run his first time up, extending his hitting streak to a career high now, 14 in a row. Right-hander Cotton delivers, got the plate but high, ball 1. Cotton 4 punch outs, walked a couple. He's given up just 2 hits, both of them solo home runs. Works at a good pace. Fouled straight back. Challenged Rosario. Cotton had a 4-walk ball game and loss in Texas. He has 2 wins. That 1 at Kansas City, went 7 innings in that ball game, only gave up 2 hits. And we know Kansas City struggling offensively. Pitch missed down and in, 2 balls and a strike. The other win coming against Seattle, went 6 innings, only gave up 2 runs on 6 hits in that ball game. Walked a couple, had just a couple strikeouts. Gave up a home run to Cano with Seattle. And a 2-1 pitch, missed high, 3-1. Coming into the ball game, Jarrell Cotton had only given up 1 home run. That was again to Cano with Seattle. He's given up 2 here this afternoon. 1 to the guy batting right now, and then the other one, Danny Santana. Twins need a base runner. And a 3-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Cotton made his major league debut September 7th. And flew in that day and faced the Angels. Popped up. That's going to get in the seats behind the dugout of the Oakland Athletics. In that debut, allowed 1 run, 2 hits, 6 1/3 innings. The Oakland Athletics, they're young pitching, and we saw Graveman last night. A few too many walks, but also Sonny Gray, and this kid here, Jarrell Cotton. And this one's pulled down the right field line. That's going to go foul. But Oakland comes in 11-16.
Key arm that's missing time right now on the disabled list, Sean Manaea, left-handed starter for the A's. He was scheduled to throw a bullpen today, but that did not happen. Meaning that his DL stint may extend a few more days.
And a 3-2, and he walked him. So a 1-out walk to Rosario. And here comes Jimenez. Jimenez swung at the first pitch, flied out, hit the ball hard to left field back in the 2nd inning. Jimenez trying to snap an 0 for 12. No homers, 2 driven in on the year. Jimenez playing in his 12th game. And a quick throw over as Rosario run a little bit. We saw Dozier with that leadoff walk in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Dozier didn't look like he was going to try to run at all, and he has 6 stolen bases on the year. Rosario, he has 1 stolen base. He's been caught 1 time. Cotton out of the stretch and delivers. And he pulls this one foul. No balls and a strike. And not running the pitch, line drive center field. Decker coming on, won't get there. It's going to kick off his knee. Rosario can run a little bit. Davis picking up, they're waving him around to throw it home, and not in time. Decker came in, tried to short hop it, hit off his knee, kicked over into left center field. Chris Davis tracked it down. By the time he did, Rosario scored all the way from first base. RBI double for Jimenez. That ball was hit hard.
And Gene Glenn, he saw the ricochet, Danny. He was looking out to see who was going to end up with that ball. And we were surprised earlier in this series the Twins did not run on Chris Davis. They were going to do that here. With Rosario's speed, especially once Davis had the ball in his hands, Gene Glenn was waving Rosario in to score. He scored easily.
Yeah, and I think he learned something from the other night when Mauer did not tag up on a fly ball to Davis in the ball game yesterday. A lot of people were talking about that after the ball game about why not send him, and still unsure if it was Gene Glenn telling Mauer not to tag or Mauer not tagging up. Here's Santana. He homered his last time up. Twins base hit away. Check swing. He went around. Wow, they're going to give him an error on that. Single E8. No RBI. So official scoring continues every day. It's an adventure. So runner at second, one out, one in. And fouled off. Boy, changeup, kind of a tardy swing. Completely different looking hitter is Danny Santana from the home run he hit his first time up. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Jimenez good lead at second. Creeps off, and the pitch high and away. Danny, limited playing time. This being just his 13th ball game, just 21 at bats coming into the day today with 3 hits. And a 2-2. Swung on a miss, changeup into dirt. Talked about Cotton, what a great changeup he has. Strikeout number 5. Buxton will bat.
Tyler Duffy this half inning, he has been throwing and then watching and then just kind of flipping a ball to himself. And he is ramping back up, but all signs are pointing to Duffy coming out and pitching the 5th inning.
Twins trail 4-3. See if Buxton get that 2-out clutch base hit. And a pitch missed down in the end. Well, 4-3 Oakland. Twins kind of creeping back in this. They were trailing 4-0. Got 2 back in the second on a couple of solo homers. Rosario, Santana. Buxton popped up his first time up. Pitch high and tight. See if he gets something here. 2 balls and no strikes. Byron picked up his first home run the other night. That was when the Twins hit 6 homers in a ball game. And the pitch swung on a miss. Good cut. At 92, elevated just up and in, but still, you like that healthy swing by Buxton. Jimenez at second. Cotton sets, delivers, and popped up foul. Came right back with that same pitch. Buxton's had a hit 7 of his last 9 ball games. That's a .296 average. And also he's reached 15 times in the last 9 ball games. Good numbers against Oakland. 2-2 on the way. Swung and a miss, got him with a fastball away. So Cotton gives up 1 run. There was an error in the inning. And they leave 4 complete at Target Field. New score. It's the A's 4, Twins 3 on your hold for Twins Baseball.
Wake up to the best morning show in baseball.
We got a packed show
With an all-star lineup serving up the day's biggest stories and an endless menu of celebrity and player guests. MLB Central, weekday mornings 10 Eastern, only on MLB Network.
Kyle Gibson, he gave up 8 hits, 4 runs. Kyle walked 3 and had 3 strikeouts. Just looking at the line score here on Kyle. The leadoff man reached base in every inning, so Kyle was kind of doing damage control early in this ball game, and almost every inning. So pitch count got up there a little bit. But one thing that I heard from Kyle Gibson after his last outing, he wanted to be able to compete, and I thought he competed. The A's with 8 hits, 4 runs. They've left 6 men on base. Here's Healy. He's 0 for his 9 in this series, and he bunts. And it's going to be missed by Escobar. Boy, that's going to be an error. Came in and tried to barehand it. Healy does not run well at all. But when you're 0 for 9, I like it. Take a peek down there and get the bunt down there. But he's out by a good 10 feet if it's fielded. And I believe they're going to give him a hit. So Healy snaps an 0 for 9 with a gift bunt base hit. So here's Stephen Vogt to bat. Vogt hit a triple. That Matt Joyce, that first run by Oakland, as Duffy delivers, that's in there for a strike. Single by Joyce. He got Lowry to fly out, and then a double hit by Chris Davis that Byron Buxton misplayed. Was not charged with an error, but a ball he should have had. And that allowed Joyce to score all the way from first base. So there was also a ground ball got under the glove of Escobar at third base and fouled into the netting. So no balls and 2 strikes. So with Gibby out of the ballgame, it's going to be up to Tyler Duffy to kind of hold the fort down, because I think the offense by Minnesota is still a lot of ballgame left, even though they've got 3 runs on just 3 hits. Helped out. Poor defense by the A's made an error. Strike 3 on a curveball. So Vogt heads back to the dugout. Gibby's first strikeout. There's Chad Pinder to bat.
It's been interesting watching and examining where and when Paul Molitor, Neil Allen have used Tyler Duffy. Began the season as kind of a long man, but then just based on the way games had gone, it was more situational. We saw him later in games at times.
Pitch outside on a breaking ball, ball one.
And that's when Justin Haley was still healthy, and he was more the long man. But now Nick Tepesch in the bullpen, he was brought up to provide some long relief, but that's not going to happen. He's starting on Saturday.
Yeah, Duffy's not in here on blowout games. Duffy here is a 2-inning, maybe even 3-inning guy to stretch it out. Popped up right side, foul. So 1 ball, 1 strike. They have confidence in Duffy and bringing him in meaningful games. And at the same time, I think they like to start Duffy a clean inning. And certain guys that are like that a little more comfortable in starting an inning rather than come in and trying to put the fire out. Pitch inside, moved him off the plate, 2-1. Pinder hit the ground ball that got under the glove of Escobar at third base. And that drove in a run. Vogt had hit a triple to lead the inning off. Pitch outside, gets away from Jimenez, no chance the runner to advance. Hey, Colorado makes their first trip to Target Field since 2010. First game of that series on Tuesday, May 16th. It's also Scrubs night. Limited number of the theme night packages are available, and they include a Twins scrub top. Go to twinsbaseball.com/scrubs. Get your tickets. Pitch inside, and he walked him. It's the 4th walk for an A's batter here this afternoon. Gibby walked 3, and now Duffy with a walk. And here's Decker to bat. Decker 2 hits, both of them down the right field line. So 1 out, need a ground ball. And drops that curveball. That's the bread and butter there for Kyle Gibson. He can go to that curveball, and last year that was a great pitch for Duffy. And that's a swing and a miss pitch. He's not just trying to get guys off balance to put it in play. Righty sets, delivers, runs it away. Ball 1. Duffy last year went 9-12, ERA over 6. He had 26 starts in 2015. Twins were in that pennant race all the way down to the last 3 games of the season. And Duffy was probably one of the top performers for the Twin starters. He went 5-1 and runs it outside. 2 balls and a strike. And when Duffy came up, they said that he was going to be somewhat on a innings limit, and they were looking to shut him down, but he pitched so well, and the Twins were still in the playoff hunt. They had to keep running him out there. 2 balls and a strike, and there's a curveball. That one missed. Duffy stares in, still staring in, and now Jimenez finally throws the ball back. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Decker. Haley, the runner, at second base. Pinder at first. And a pitch fouled off. Said Oakland's walked 4 times today, and they came into the ballgame ranked 11th in walks. A lot of offensive numbers not good for the Oakland Athletics. They have 9 hits here this afternoon, and a 3-2 curve fouled back. Decker was on that breaking ball. He's come in ranked 14th in runs scored, 14th in hits. They do hit home runs, but we've seen that in the past with teams that hit a lot of home runs. Doesn't really kind of compute to a lot of runs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. First and second, and the pitch, he walked him. So back-to-back walks by Duffy. And that's going to load him up for the number 9 hitter, Rosales. And Neil Allen. Been busy here this afternoon. This, I believe, is his 3rd trip out to the mound.
Yeah, we've seen him more today than we have in
a week.
About a week or so.
And I promise you, it's not the same speech every time out there. And a lot of times it's just that kind of little calm somebody down a little bit, because we know that Duffy can kind of sometimes get a little excited.
And that was a point of emphasis even going back to spring training, how Duffy last year especially, the emotions would get the better of him. If he give up a hit or walk a guy, he would show the frustration on the mound and trying to harness that in somewhat, and that really hasn't been an issue for him so far this year.
Well, I think we saw that with Duffy and the success that he had in the year prior. I think every player sometimes fights their emotion in certain situations. And I go back to Oswaldo Arcia. The bigger the situation, the more excited he got. And he just could not handle it and control it very well. Bases loaded, 1 out. 4-3 Oakland. Rosales bats. Swung on a foul tip. Rosales strikeout. He got a bunt base hit in a sacrifice situation in that 2nd inning. They had 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And he tried to bunt on a sacrifice, and he bunted it to the shortstop area, and it was a hard bunt. Got by Gibby, went for an infield base hit. And that loaded the bases up with nobody out. So a count of no balls and 1 strike. Pitch inside, almost hit him. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Gibby's 1-1 pitch. Slider did not go around. Twins need the ground ball. 2 balls and a strike, 1 out, and a pitch. Line drive left field, going to be caught by Rosales. He's got a good arm, tagging up, throw to the plate, and it's off the mark. So a sac fly RBI for Rosales. And now the Oakland Athletics lead 5-3. Good throw by Eddie Rosarios, just up the line a little bit. And here's Matt Joyce to bat. And it said Healy does not run all that well at 3rd base. Well, Joyce, he's got a couple of hits today. He scored 1. He's driven in 1. Doubled his last time up. And Duffy delivers. Catches the outside corner for a strike. Well documented how Duffy has kind of moved around on that pitching rubber depending on the batter. Slider down and in. Nice stop by Jimenez. Left-handers, he likes to go to the first base side. Right-handed hitters, he will go to the third base side.
tip there from Bert Blyleven.
Hall of Famer, good tip. I wish more guys would listen to Bert. Take advantage of the knowledge that that guy has. Change up and low. Timeout called as that ball in the dirt. And now 2 balls and a strike on a changeup. Yeah, I'm surprised, having been around, that some of the pitchers don't more often, in particular on a road trip, invite Bert to go to dinner, you know, and just kind of pick his brain a little bit. And the pitch outside, and now 3 balls and 1 strike. You know, not so much about what do you know, talk about your career, but what worked for you, Bert. And Bert talks about, I think, a lot of guys and the adjustments you have to make. Foul back on a 3-1 pitch. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runners will be moving. And every once in a while you'll hear that pitcher talk about, I want to listen to the hitters and listen to what they have to say about battling against pitchers. Big pitch, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, and a pitch fouled off again. I know when Francisco Liriano was here, there was a lot of talk. Bert wanting to go out there, and I think Bert has had a couple sessions, have been invited out. I know that Jack Morris had asked Rick Anderson if he could talk to him a little bit, and there was a little misunderstanding there. Fouled off again, left side. You know, but some coaches might be a little uncomfortable with maybe somebody like that asking to talk to one of their pitchers, that maybe they can help them out. One in here in the top of the 5th inning, 5-3 Oakland. As Duffy sets, and a 3-2 pitch hit high in the air, left center field, long run. Buxton still tracking on the track, has room, makes the catch, slams into the wall in left center field with his back. Hat comes off, glasses come off, and he's going to be all right. Game-saving, big-time catch right there by Byron Buxton. Here comes Brian Dozier to lead off. And first pitch from Cotton up and away, ball one. Dozier this afternoon, a walk and a strikeout. 2 for 8 in this series. Home run, couple of ribbies. Twins down 5-3. And that one's popped up. Shallow left field. Rosales, the shortstop, out calling. And he's going to catch that. So the batter will be Jorge Polanco before he bats. We're going to step out 10 seconds. Our stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Polanco for 2. Strikeout and a flyout. Bats, switch hitter. 244 homer, 12 driven in on a year. And Cotton delivers, misses inside with a fastball. Cotton's fastball anywhere between 91. He's touched 95. Good changeup and a breaking ball. There's the changeup there, missed outside. Changeup at 76. He's thrown a few breaking balls also, about 76, 78. 2-0 on the way. There's a strike catching the outside corner. Sano due up next. 3 hits for the Twins here this afternoon. 2 of them solo homer by Rosario. Solo shot by Danny Santana. The other hit, Chris Jimenez. Base hit to center field. And this one's popped up right behind home plate. Souvenir. And that was a fastball at 91. Hey, a fun-filled Caribbean getaway is closer than you think when you escape to Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Discover your paradise at TICasino.com. One out, bases loaded. 2-2 pitch. Check swing on a changeup, didn't go around. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Gibson started 4 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, walked 3, 3 strikeouts. Twins bullpen active. And a payoff pitch. This one's popped up, playable. Shortstop Rosales out, calling, and puts that one away. So 2 pop-ups. Start the bottom half of the 5th inning. So 2 down, bases empty for Miguel Sano. Hey, Kubota brings us this down on the Farm Minor League update. Edgar Corsino, he led Chattanooga with 3 hits, including a home run last night. Corsino's 3 RBIs with a difference in a 7-4 win over Pensacola. For the Kubota dealer nearest you, visit MinnesotaKubotaDealers.com. So 2 down, bases empty. Cotton, changeup missed high. Sano last time got a couple of fastballs, but they were elevated and swung through them. And a pitch, another changeup, good one there. And that's in there for a strike. I like what you're seeing from this Jarrell Cotton, 25 years of age. Swung a miss, fastball there at 94. Said he came over from the Los Angeles Dodgers for that Rich Hill, Josh Reddick trade back in 2016. And a 1-2 pitch on the way. Got him. Swung on a miss. 3 up, 3 down for Cotton. Picks up his 7th strikeout after 5. It's the A's 5. Twins 3. You're listening to Twins Baseball. Hey, group outing at Target Field is a ton of fun for your school, youth sports team, church, and a lot more. Groups of 25 or more qualify for special ticket discounts. You can reserve your traditional stadium seats without a deposit. All you have to do is go to twinsbaseball.com, call them at 800-33-TWINS, and book your group outing today. Tyler Duffy, 1 inning, 1 hit, gave up a run. He walked 2. Duffy did not strike anybody out. I'm sorry, he had 1 strikeout. And he'll give way to the left-hander, Craig Breslow. So Laurie, a switch hitter. He'll turn around and bat right-handed. Got Chris Davis and then Yolando Alonso. So hitters 2, 3, and 4. Breslow last pitched at Kansas City, went a third of an inning. Couple of changes defensively. Buxton, we said that last out, caught off the bat of Matt Joyce. There's a line drive, Lowry into left field, and it's going to be caught by Danny Santana, who was in right field, now playing left. That was a line drive bullet. And a nice running catch. So Buxton has left the ballgame. Said when he made that catch, backed into the fence in left center field, and yes, it's padded, but he hit a portion of it that's about right at his tailbone. So Rosario is playing center field. Kepler in the ballgame in right. As Davis takes it right down Broadway for a strike. So hopefully we'll get an updated, not too serious on Byron Buxton. Check swing, strike anyway. No balls and 2 strikes. Normally I would say with Rosario's defense in left field, you don't lose too much in center, but I can't say that because Buxton just a titch little bit quicker. But Rosario, though, he can cover some ground out there as well. And missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breslow making his 11th appearance. Has a nice 2.45 ERA. 1-0 on the year. Just 7 1/3 innings, giving up 6 hits. Breslow's hit a couple batters, walked a couple, and fouled off. Stays alive.
Would you say this series alone that Buxton has either hit the ground harder more often and made contact with the wall on a more regular basis than we saw earlier in the year? It seemed like we saw quite a few collisions either with the wall and or diving plays the last 3 days now.
I think so. Swung and a miss, got him. Nice little off-speed pitch at 78. So strikeout for Breslow, 2 down. Here's what I like about Buxton, and I'm going to put him in a category with Torrey Hunter, Kirby Puckett to an extent. These are guys that are not afraid to dive and not afraid to make contact with the wall. Unlike, I think that Hicks was maybe a little gun shy when he got on the dirt, the warning track. Kind of slow down a little bit and feel for it, even though we've seen him make some good catches. But that's a, you know, to me, an asset that you really tough to grade out is that guys going on that warning track and still no fear of the wall. Just outside to Alonso. 2 balls and no strikes. And those are the guys you want them to play smart. But at the same time, I tell you, the people who appreciate it, your coaches, fans, and more importantly, your pitchers. Missed inside, now 3 balls and no strikes.
And if you have that mentality, that way of playing, I'd imagine it's hard to just back it off a little bit and not play in that same
absolutely
all-out manner.
And that's something that I don't think that you learn once you sign a contract. You either have that in you or you do not. And a strike. Alonso thought that ball was up and away. Now 3-1.
Remember in 2015, Miguel Sano's rookie season, he was battling a hamstring injury and he was DHing more times than not. And they kept saying, hey, be smart, be smart. Twins were a contending team about, you know, ground ball and don't have to hustle and sprint every time.
3-1 is in there for a strike and now full count.
But if it's a one-run game and maybe you're the tying run, as a competitor, I would always imagine that's hard to do. Hard to block that part out. Yeah, you're a little hurt, but you want to compete for your team and play hard for your team.
And it's the ground ball double play that you're trying to beat out. As Alonso gets a piece of it, stays alive. But Sano, a different animal, because he has that luxury to get in the batter's box. And if I'm nursing a little bit of a tight hamstring, don't have to run, I'm changing my approach, and that is hit the ball in the seats. Alonso pops it up down the left field line. Long run. Escobar now going to run out of room. Right there in the front row, but he was playing Alonso to pull. He was at the shortstop position. So wouldn't you say, though, that if you're Miguel Sano, okay, don't worry about running. So he's either going to lift, separate, hit that ball in the seats, hit the ball in the gap. So he's a different kind of hitter. Whereas maybe somebody that's nursing a hamstring or an ankle or something, that speed is his game, then I think it's tougher for those guys to dial it down. 3-2, ground ball, weakly hit, going to be fielded by shortstop. And it's going to retire Alonso. So nice job, Craig Breslow. 3 up, 3 down, through 5.5. A's lead 5-3 on your home for Twins baseball. Vargas, Eduardo Escobar, Eddie Rosario, bloop and a blast. Twins tie it up. And a first pitch that's taken in there for a strike. Kenny getting a start at first base today. 5 RBI night last night. And Cotton, the righty, delivers. Got the plate below. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kenny hit a little tapper back to the pitcher his first time up. Went down swinging in the third. 7 strikeouts for Cotton, the right-hander. And a righty, 1-1 pitch. There's a strike, low strike call. 7 strikeouts. Season high for him. 7 strikeouts and tied a career high. He had 7 last year. Fastball up and away. Misfired there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes, just 3 hits for the Twins this afternoon. And a pitch, changeup missed. Voigt's going to call timeout and go out and talk to his pitcher. He thought he a little upset with himself there after he threw that changeup, kind of turned around and walked back to the back of the mound. And strike three looking. Boyd came right back with that changeup and locked up Vargas. So a career high 8 strikeouts for Jarrell Cotton. Well, the 8 strikeouts, 2 of them have been looking. He got Polanco in the first, and now here Vargas starting off the bottom of the 6th. Here's Escobar 0 for 2. The ball hard his first time up. Takes it up and away, ball 1. And changeup catches the inside corner, evens it up 1 ball 1 strike. Buxton, we have not heard the report on Byron Buxton, why he left the ball game, but made hard contact with the wall out in left center field on a catch off the bat of Matt Joyce. Swung on a miss, tardy swing by Escobar. And a pitch, tap foul, got a piece of it, went off speed. I want to congratulate Steve Vucinich, long time clubhouse manager. He was the visiting clubhouse manager when we were playing, and now the home clubhouse guy for the A's. But he made the cover, not the cover, but just the inside page of their media guide. And a pitch, got him, swung on and missed. 93 fastball. So Cotton getting a little bit stronger, 9 strikeouts, but Vucinich, he joins Connie Mack. The Athletics, they call it the 50-year club. In 2017, Connie Mack, he managed or owned the A's for each of their 54 seasons in Philadelphia, while Vucinich, Steve, longtime friend, joined the A's as a ball boy when the club moved to Oakland in 1968. You know who else was a ball boy? Wasn't it? It was MC Hammer.
For the Oakland A's?
For the Oakland A's. And then he went big time, but he still came around. And a pitch to Rosario, missed it down and in. We'd go to Oakland, we'd hang out. No, I wouldn't say we hung out, but we hung out at the hotel, which was across the highway, and it was not a real good hotel by any means. Swung on a miss, big cut. Rosario, 1 ball 1 strike. But that'd be the place to hang out. It had a little club in there, but I remember we were out in the parking lot. Of course, that's what you do when you hang out, right? Hang out in the parking lot.
Parking lot.
And MCA Hammer was there with his entourage. Popped up down the left field line, long run Davis, and the wind's going to push that one foul. Boy, got somebody right in the coconut. And Karen back on the field. They're trying to get the guy the ball. And they throw it back to him on the field. And boy, now he got the ball, but
it's a kid. And he's all right.
Is he?
Yeah, he's okay. This young man got hit right in the back of the head.
Did the gentleman that got hit get the ball?
Yeah, the kid. I think it was the kid who got hit by the ball, right?
Well, he's got a baseball to take home and a big knot the size of a baseball on his head. Hit the right field and hit fairly well. Long run. Joyce still tracking, and Joyce makes a nice running catch in the corner down the right field line. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for the young right-hander, Jarrell Cotton. So after 6, it's the A's 5, Twins 3. You're listening to Twins Baseball.
Catch a Friday day-night twin bill on MLB Network. At 2 Eastern, Aaron Judge and the Yankees hit Wrigley to face Chris Bryant in the World Champ Cubs. Then at 8, Lindor leads the Indians into KC to square off with Moustakas and the Royals. Friday doubleheader action live on MLB Network.
We start the top of the 7th. A's up 5-3. Breslow back out on the mound. And back behind the microphone, here's Corey Provis.
All right, Danny, thank you. Breslow did work that 1-2-3-6, and now facing Healy, Vogt, and Pinder in the Oakland 7th. Twins have the shift on. 3 left of second base, and a fastball strike called on Healy. 0-1. Recap the scoring today. The A's scored in the opening inning on a Chris Davis RBI double. And it was 1-0. Then the A's scored 3 in the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A drive in the air to left field in trouble. Back goes Santana. Warning track wall. It is gone. A home run for Ryan Healy. Number 4 on the year. And it's 6-3 Oakland. Snapped an 0-for-9 with a bunt in the 5th. And now homers here in the 7th. And the A's lead by 3. Out to left center field. And Ryan Healy. Something the A's do awfully well. They score a chunk of their runs, and a heavy chunk of that via the home run ball. And Healy landing one in the bleachers about 5 rows in, out in left center, and it's 6-3. There's a curveball strike on Stephen Vogt. But in that Oakland second, a Pinder RBI single, a bases loaded walk to Matt Joyce, and then another run scored in a Jed Lowry double play ball. And the 0-1 is popped up foul. Souvenir behind the third base dugout. And that'll land out of play. 0-2. The Twins, though, did score 2 in their half of the second on 2 home runs. Rosario's third, Santana's first. Twins a run closer in the 4th inning. Eddie Rosario scoring on an error by the center fielder, Decker. And it was 4-3. And the 0-2 outside for a ball. Since then, though, 2 unanswered runs from the Oakland offense. Adam Rosales sac fly RBI the 5th, and now the home run from Ryan Healy a moment ago. And it's 6-3. The 1-2 pitch popped up, playable, center field. Eddie Rosario in and to his left, sunglasses on, as he will squeeze it near his shoulder. And Vogt is out, number 1. Injury note as well. Byron Buxton left the game after a hard collision with the wall in left center field. On a drive off the bat of Matt Joyce, Buxton did jog off on his own, but did not come back out defensively in the 6th inning. So Rosario, who was in left, is now in center. Santana, who was in right, is now in left. And Max Kepler into the game in right field. Pinder sends one foul behind the plate, 0-1. Tough go for Kyle Gibson today. 4 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits, walked 3. Duffy worked an inning, gave up a run. He walked 2. And the 0-1 pitch, fly ball, twisting foul right side. 0-2 on Pinder. Meanwhile, Jarrell Cotton, a career-high 9 strikeouts. His pitch count is at 97. Ryan Dull warming up in the Oakland bullpen, so Cotton could be done for the day. Decker on deck. 0-2 on Pinder. And here it comes outside. On a curveball that stayed away. Ball 1. Now, curious to ask Breslow now that it's more than a month into the season. All the changes he went through this offseason, lowering his arm slot. And the 1-2 pitch is low and inside. On a changeup 2-2. He said he would not completely abandon going over the top if the right matchup presented itself, a 4-seam fastball, and try to beat a guy up. But for the most part, Breslow's maintained that lower arm slot all season long. And the 2-2 line to center field, a hit. As Pinder waited back at a changeup, he's been on 3 times. 2 hits, a walk, and RBI. And this Oakland 7 continues for Decker. Decker will not bat. This is going to be Rajay Davis hitting for Decker. Decker, a left-hander, in there today against the righty Gibson. Now with the lefty Breslow pitching. The veteran right-handed hitting. Rajay Davis batting in his spot. Pinder at first base, 1 out, 7th inning, Oakland by 3. And the pitch fastball over but low, ball 1. Rajay Davis, fresh off the disabled list, returned to the team on Tuesday night, missed time with a hamstring injury. He's 2 for 9 in this series. Davis with the A's, part of the 08 season, all of 09, all of 2010. And of course, with the Indians last year, stole 43 bases. And as we have discussed throughout the week, the game-tying homer in Game 7 of the World Series last year, the 2-run 8th inning blast off of Aroldis Chapman. It sent Cleveland into a frenzy. And the 1-0 pitch, a fly ball center field, playable. This is Rosario backpedaling, turning, calling, and catching. Right near his left shoulder, and there's the second out. As Davis is retired, 6-3 A's, and now Rosales. Right-hander Ryan Presley up in the Twins bullpen. Twins will have the lower third coming up. Jimenez, Santana, and then Kepler. He's in Buxton's spot. Rosales 1 for 2 today. A bunt single, a strikeout, sac fly, RBI in the 5th inning. Red Sox play a night game tonight at home against Baltimore, and then they travel here. From the stretch, a high leg kick, and Breslow again checks on Pinder, back in standing. The Indians and the Tigers rained out. White Sox up in Kansas City 5-0 in the 5th. And here it comes on Rosales, missing outside, ball 1. Saw that Chicago to put Nate Jones on the disabled list. And Carlos Rodon now on the 60-day DL. The White Sox have won 7 of 10. Just a half game back of the Twins atop the Central, entering play today. Now the 1-0 pitch, a changeup outside, snagged by Jimenez to his right, ball 2. Two balls and no strikes on Rosales. Twins down by 3. And the pitch is a strike called. The official update on Byron Buxton: left the game for precautionary reasons. He did pass the initial concussion protocol. And he will be examined again. We'll have more on his status after the game tonight, and of course before the game tomorrow night. And the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. Breslow, a 30-pitch performance so far today. Worked to 1-2-3-6. Gave up a homer to begin the 7th. Retired Vogt. Pinder singled. Pinch hitter Davis flied out to center. Now trying to retire Rosales and end this inning. In the 7th with 2 outs. Instead of check on Pinder again. He's not going anywhere. Buxton's head did kind of, and neck snap back towards the wall after making that catch off Joyce's bat in the 5th inning. Good to hear that he passed the initial concussion test. And the 2-2 high, ball 3, and now Pinder moving here at 3-2. Vargas is holding Pinder on with 2 outs. And a 3-2 count. He runs the payoff pitch. He got him. Strike 3 called. The knee-high fastball. And Rosales is out number 3, inning over. But the A's had 1 on the 4th homer from Ryan Healy. The stretch at Target Field and now reads Oakland 6, Twins 3 on your home for Twins baseball. Struck out a career-high 9. Allowing only 3 hits. Let's see if the Twins can rally against this Oakland bullpen. Right-hander Ryan Dole, who was fantastic last year, will face Chris Jimenez to begin the home 7th as he pumps in a fastball strike at 93, 0-1. The 3-pitch mix that Dole features, 4-seam fastball, low 90s, slider, and a changeup he'll mix into left-handed batters. So Jimenez, Santana, Kepler as Chris strike 2 called. Back-to-back fastballs, 0-2 the count. Dole in 9 2/3 innings has struck out 10. Opposing hitters collectively at .216 average. And now the 0-2 slider in the dirt, blocked by Vogt. And there's ball 1. Last year, Ryan Dole, he led American League rookies and tied for 9th among all American League pitchers in games pitched. 70 games for Ryan Dole last year. Game shy of the Oakland rookie record. And the 1-2 check and a slider. They appeal. He went, rung up by Marty Foster at first base. That's a strikeout, 1 down. Danny, your impressions of Jarrell Cotton today?
Pretty impressive young kid here. I thought his composure, he got stronger, Corey, as the game went along. Ended up career high 9 strikeouts, but he got a little bit of a roll there, and he picked up 5 strikeouts the last 3 innings and retired 8 in a row after giving up that Jimenez base hit.
1 down. Danny Santana, homer to strike out, showing bunt, pulled it back as Dole misses high. Something I enjoyed reading on Cotton before the game today. It goes back to last season in the minor leagues. He was 1 out away from pitching a perfect game at AAA. And the 1-0 Santana bunts, first base line. Here comes Dell, pouncing, picking, no play. Bunt single, Danny Santana. He is a better bunter, at least for a base hit from the left side, and he showed it there. That ball just died. up the first base line, maybe 20 feet max. Up the line towards the grass, and Dole had no play. Bunt single Santana. Just to finish up that thought, though, Terrell Cotton 1 out away. 26 up, 26 down at AAA last year. And you know who broke up the chance at perfection?
Joe Mauer.
You're on the right track, but not a current Twin, a former Twin.
Chris Parmelee.
Stay hot. Kepler lines it foul to right. Not Parmelee, but a guy that I would think, I'd have to think about it, but I think maybe Parmelee and this guy did play maybe briefly together with the Twins.
Was it before Parmelee or after Parmelee? Dinkelman.
Not right after Dinkelman. This would be an amazing guess if you get this one. I'm not saying you can't.
What position did he play?
I'm going to give it away. Can I say infield?
No.
6-3 A's in the 7th inning.
Well, Matt Tolbert hasn't been playing. Bernier.
Danny Gladden with the call. Oh. Doug Bernier broke up the chance at perfection last year. And the check on Danny back in safely. Danny Santana, that is. Great call. Dougie B. From Danny G.
I liked him. He was, the Twins have always had good players, and they pay their dues, and this kid here definitely paid his dues, but I'm not sure why they're spending a little too much time worried about Danny Santana. 1 out. They're up by 3.
Kepler's first plate appearance today.
Here's where I was talking about the other night. Sometimes you forget about the hitter. Make a mistake. Like to see it now.
Now the pitch is popped up. Get foul. Third base side near the dugout. That ball slicing its way, and it lands on top of the limestone. Out of play 0-2. Max in this series 1 for 8 with an RBI. Couple of walks. And Kepler has reached base safely in all 14 home games this season. Kepler's homered twice and knocked in 11. Dozier on deck. Twins down by 3. 1 on, 1 out. And the 0-2 is high. Snagged. A high fastball by Vogt. Ball 1. Another 0-2 on that Bernier at bat that broke up Cotton's attempt at the perfect game. I guess the previous batter who struck out was not happy with the call, and he argued balls and strikes and eventually got ejected. And the ballpark he was playing at, he had to leave the field out in like center field or left field. And the 1-2 pitch pulled sharply foul past first, and it was kind of a lengthy delay. I think Cotton's minor league teammates were upset that he was locked in, and that maybe iced him a little bit as the guy had to walk out literally through the field and out to left center to leave the ballpark. And that maybe delayed things. And Dougie B with a base hit.
Doug Bernier better than that. He got the base hit. Had nothing to do with ice in the pitcher. Even though didn't Paul Molitor, I don't want to say be accused of that this year, but there was a home run here. And it was well foul, but Paul asked the umpires to go look at it anyway. And then that pitcher kind of had to wait a while.
The 1-2 low, and a change up 2-2 on Max. Twins down by 3 in the 7th.
It's a game here at home. I want to say, was it Fulmer? I think it was.
It's down the right field line.
Yeah, I think it was Fulmer, the starter, and he lost it a little bit after that.
Danny Santana, check on the runner. Danny lunging back for the bag. He's safe, but then he did stumble someone off the base. Had Alonso kept the tag on, Danny could have been out. He takes his lead 2-2, and the pitch high, ball 3. So Kepler battling back. He was behind. Now with 3-2 count. Any reason for Santana to run here down by 3? Dozier on deck?
Not really.
Ryan Dole has thrown 12 pitches so far this inning and about 12 more to first base.
A little wild, 3 balls, 2 strikes. You run the risk if you strike him out, throw him out. You run the risk of a line drive caught in the infield, double him up.
He stays. The 3-2 popped up. Kepler reaching on a slider. Shallow right. The second baseman Lowry out, calling it a 2-hand catch. And Max is out, number 2. And so now Dozier 0 for 2 with a walk today.
So you want this guy to bat here because now a 2-run homer gets you within 1.
Righty to righty, and here it comes, and a slider, strike called on Dozier, 0-1. I remember reading about Ryan Dole last year, and he was so good with inherited runners. Doesn't really come into play here as he began this inning at the start, but that's a great skill to have. If you can be a lockdown bullpen arm and not get caught up in the chaos and the drama with inherited base runners, you're going to be heavily sought after. And Ryan Dole, a young kid with the A's, he was, I think, worthy of all-star game consideration. And the 0-1 is inside just based on that skill set and the season he was having at the time, not just that one area. But that certainly was being discussed, and I get why. Last season did not happen. He was among the best in the American League in that category last year. From the stretch, and the 1-1 high on Dozier, ball 2.
You know, and you look at his stuff here, he's just 90, 92. A little movement on it, has a nice tight breaking ball, and he can command that. But just looking at his numbers, once he's signed, you know, usually you draft starters and they become bullpen guys. This guy was drafted and he's pitched everything out of the bullpen.
Swing and a miss, 2-2. 32nd round pick. Back in 2012, Ryan Dole makes his home in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Dozier's popped out, struck out, walked today. Santana at first, 2 outs. Twins batting in the 7th, down by 3. And Dole's 2-2 popped up. Back behind the plate. Vogt should have a play. He will. He's going to give way to the third baseman. Charging, and a basket catch made by Healy. That ball nearly snow-coned out. Ryan Healy came in, made the call, and Dole works a scoreless 7th inning. Twins lead 1, get a hit to the 8th inning. Oakland batting and leading 6-3 on your home for Twins baseball.
Pitching for the Twins, number 57, Ryan Presley.
Six runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Oakland. Twins have 3 runs on 4 hits, 8th inning. A's batting, and the A's will see a new pitcher. Ryan Presley is on for the 14th time. Presley's first appearance in this series. Ryan has worked 4 straight scoreless. And now he'll try and keep that going. Top of the order, Matt Joyce, Jed Lowry, and then Chris Davis. Batters 1, 2, and 3. Breslow 2 innings, 1 run, a couple of hits, struck out 2. Matt Joyce tough out today, 2 for 3. A double, a single, a walk, an RBI, and a run scored. That's Presley's fastball at 95. Misses down and away, ball 1. Ryan Madsen. We saw him last night. He is warming up. Santiago Casilla is the closer right now for the A's. And the 1-0 pitch fouled back at a piece of Jimenez. It appears to be all right. 1-1. The Twins, with the win last night, already securing their 3rd straight series win. But you get greedy, don't you? You win the first 2. And you aim for the sweep. And the 1-1 check and a breaking ball, and did not chase it in the dirt ball 2. Lowry on deck. And the 2-1, low ball 3. It's been a theme today, hasn't it been, Danny? Just the Twins pitchers been behind.
And we thought that was supposed to be one of the things we were looking for, especially starting from Kyle Gibson.
The 3-1, strike 2 called, knee-high fastball.
Go back, give you 4 innings, 8 hits. Defense again, but they did hit a lot of balls hard, but more importantly, they had the leadoff man on in every inning.
These have had the leadoff man on in 6 of 7 innings. And the 3-2 make it 7 of 8. Low ball 4. The only time today the A's did not put their leadoff man on was in the 6th.
Second baseman, Jed Lowry.
And in many ways, the Twins are lucky to be down only 3 runs. I mean, there has been just constant traffic on the base paths all day long.
And the A's 2 for 10 runners in scoring position today.
And a bulk of that came the first 4 or 5 innings. And now Lowry. Twins down by 3 in the 8th. Nobody out. The pitch, check, swing. They appeal to third. He went. Chased a fastball.
And we talk about that a lot. That the pitching, the tempo, kind of sets the stage for your offense, I think, because when you have those quick innings, you hurry up and get to the bat rack, and I think it's a little bit different rather than if you're out there for a period of time and it just kind of drags a little bit. You kind of take the offense out of the game.
Now the 0-1 pitch, looped in the air, shallow right field. Kepler running in, diving. Kepler can't make the play. Down to second base, Joyce. And a soft single to right from Lowry. Kepler, a head-first diving attempt at his belly on the grass, and just could not complete the play. Not routine, anything but that. And still another ball that we have seen the Twins come up with, it seems like so often. These first 26 games, finds the grass and right. And Kepler never had it cleanly. Hit the grass first, then popped in and out of the leather. So 2 on, nobody out. Chris Davis 1 for 4 today, an RBI double back in the first. Righty to righty, and the pitch, fastball over but low, ball 1. Presley, the 4th pitcher used by the Twins today. Comes home 1-0. Swinging a foul, tapped around home plate. Gibson 4 innings. Duffy went 1. Breslow 2.
All right. Come on.
Davis batting third in the Oakland lineup today for the first time all year. And the 1-1 slider strike called on Davis. Now Melvin has been forced to really juggle this lineup, moving guys up and down, looking for some kind of spark offensively for a team that's 14th in the American League in runs scored. They have 6 in today and threatening for more. 2 on, nobody out here in the 8th. And Presley's 1-2, swing and a miss in the dirt, and it's a strikeout, but the ball kicks over the screen behind the plate. The runners move up 90 feet. So the ball kicked out of play, and Joyce to third, down to second Lowry. So it's a strikeout for Davis, but then the ball popped up so high, and it went over the screen behind the plate and landed in the Thomson Reuters Champions Club.
It looked like Jimenez, he tried to get out there into position with his glove in his right hand. Ball hit the dirt and looked like it hit him in the palm, thumb area of the hand, and then that deflected it up and over the screen. The catchers are tough.
Wild pitch on the advance. Infield playing in. Yonder Alonso steps in, and the pitch from Presley, a breaking ball strike called. You see a swing like that, and you see the ball kind of bounce in the manner that it did. You almost expect some kind of contact, but swing and a miss. It clipped Jimenez and popped up in the air and went out of play. And the 0-1 fastball high. 1-1. Twins have Polanco, Sano, Vargas, so 2, 3, and 4 coming up in the 8th. This is kind of what we alluded to earlier. This has been what the A's have had, right, throughout the day. These kind of chances. And the 1-1 off speed outside, ball 2.
You're going to walk him.
Well, Molitor getting Mike Malinsky's attention, and there is the intentional walk to Yonder Alonso. And a load the bases, sets up the double play. And a right-handed batting Ryan Healy homered on Breslow in the 7th. As Jimenez calls time, he'll jog out and visit with Presley. The game plan here against Ryan Healy. Healy was 4 for his last 35. Then laid down a bunt single to begin the 5th. At the time, it was a 4-3 Oakland lead. And then scored later in that inning on a Rosales sac fly. And he homered off Breslow in the 7th. Seven walks issued by the Twins today. That's a season high. As Ryan Healy behind a strike called. 0-1. The Twins have been on the other side of really the walk conversation all season long. The Twins second in the league in drawing walks as an offense, but a season high 7 issued by Twins pitchers today. Joyce at third, Lowry at second, Alonso at first, 1 out. And the 0-1 high. At 95, a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. Big pitch here for Ryan Presley. 1-1 on Healy. And here it comes, up and inside. And a slider that never really broke towards the chin of Healy, ball 2.
All right.
Looks like Michael Tocchet has just gotten up and he's now throwing in the Twins bullpen. Madsen doing the same for the A's. And the 2-1 pitch popped up, but foul behind the plate. And that will land down below. 2-2. Well, Healy has expanded in this series. We have seen that. He has chased up and away. He's chased down and away. We'll see what Jimenez and Presley come up with here. 2-2. Stephen Vogt on deck. A6, Twins 3, time call Jimenez. Going out for a chat, and while he does visit with Ryan before this 2-2 pitch, we have time to step out for station identification from Target Field. This is Twins baseball. Final game of this series, Twins trailing by 3. Oakland batting in the 8th. Bases loaded, 1 out. And the 2-2. He got him. Strike 3 called. On a breaking ball, and Healy can't believe it. Screaming with Mike Malinsky, and now turns back towards the dugout. And Healy is still upset. Now he's been tossed. He's back inside the dugout, and Mike Malinsky gave Healy a long time to think about it. He walked back and still was upset. And at one point said too much, and he's been ejected. On a called strike 3, 2 down here in the 8th. A buckling slider. Looked like a good pitch. On the inside corner. Thigh high. It's a good pitch, 2-2. So a huge out there, 2 down. And now Stephen Vogt. 1 for 4 today with a triple and a run scored. Infield backs up. Outfield playing Vogt to pull. And here it comes. Fastball low. Smothered by Jimenez, 97. On the radar gun, ball 1. And boy, another meeting between Jimenez and Presley.
Runner on second base. You're kind of going through a different sequence of signs here, and I'm not sure he was crossed up right there, but Jimenez wants to make sure, just kind of streamline it. And you can just say, hey, let's go first pitch, first sign I put down.
The crowd today, 19,247. Joyce at third, Lowry at second, Alonso at first. 6-3 Oakland in the 8th, and the pitch high. 2-0 on Stephen Vogt. Twins are still in this game. They're down 3. It's late. But a huge point right now in this game. And a 2-0 count. And the pitch, slider, is low, ball 3. And again, Jimenez calling time. What do you make of this, Danny? Another meeting between Presley and Jimenez here.
I have no idea right there. That was a breaking ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And Jimenez kind of talking to him, and now they're just not on the same page, and I don't think he crossed him up. He did cross him up. That was the way Jimenez reacted. He was expecting that, a fastball.
3-0 count on Vogt, and the pitch, strike called. The knee-high fastball, 96. And looking back at the prior pitch, the ball 3, Jimenez made a good play to catch that ball, because he was kind of setting up for that ball to be up, at least knee high. That was down. He perhaps saved a run. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And the 3-1 pitch, line to right, down the line. That's a base hit. This may clear him. 1 run scores. Lowry is in. Alonso to third. He'll be held. A 2-run double from Stephen Vogt. And it's 8-3 Oakland. The A's, at long last, cash in on a big hit with men in scoring position. And Stephen Vogt, a triple and a double. He's knocked in 2, and that will end the day for Ryan Presley. So the A's busted open a bit, adding 2 more in the 8th inning. And a pitching change coming up here at Target Field. Presley will leave. Tonkin is coming in to pitch for the Twins. This pitching change is brought to you by Summit Brewing Company, sponsor of the Animal Humane Society's 43rd annual walk for animals. Sign up to walk. Support the Animal Humane Society. A's lead 8-3. Batter is Chad Pinder. Pinder has been on 3 times, 2 hits, a walk, an RBI. Talking out for the 9th time. Michael Works in the series opener on Tuesday night allowed a home run to Yonder Alonso. A's will need a new third baseman. In the bottom of the inning, after Ryan Healy was ejected for arguing balls and strikes, could see Trevor Plouffe. Second and third, 2 outs as Pinder takes a pitch down low, ball 1. Frankie Montas is now warming up as Madsen is sat down. Righty to righty in the 8th inning. Second and third, 2 outs. And Tonkin's 1-0 pitch is a knee-high strike. And Danny, Bob Melvin was saying before the game he felt good about where his offense was at entering play today, just based on the 9th inning last night. And while the A's didn't come back all the way, they still lost 7-4. They created some traffic and at least established something in a positive manner offensively heading into the ball game today. The 1-1 is outside ball 2.
You know, Corey, I keep talking about, you look at this club, it is a veteran club with a sprinkle of a couple of young players. One of them happened to be the guy batting right now, but you know, this is a veteran club, and I think Bob Melvin, I'm not going to say he's better suited with a veteran club, but he also is a heck of a teacher, a heck of a coach. Got a great coaching staff.
2-1 popped up right side, slicing foul. Kepler over to his left, and that will find the fans down the way.
But I think at some point, you know, they've got to get the offense. They got to find some rhythm as to how they're going to score some runs coming in here. They hit a lot of home runs, but they're not scoring a lot of runs. They have to improve the defense. Ron Washington was here, brought back in here last year, and he really helped out with the defense and cleaning it up.
2-2 inside, ball 3 near the knees of Pinder. The A's with one more error today, 24 on the year. Only the Red Sox have committed more. And the American League, Boston 25 entering play today.
And that's alarming me. That's surprising, I think.
Time called by Jimenez at home plate. If this inning continues, Rajai Davis would hit next. Pinder, the 7th Oakland batter this inning. Alonso at third, voted second base, and the 3-2 he walked him. High ball for the 8th walk issued by the Twins today, and again the bases are loaded. You hear me reference defensive efficiency a lot, and I do like it when judging team defense. However, if there's one team that's always a unique study, it's Oakland. Because if you study some defensive numbers, the A's are terrible. But then in the term of defensive efficiency, they rank okay. And to me, their ballpark comes into play. As Rajay Davis taps one foul, there's so much foul territory at the Coliseum. Where balls in play at most ballparks across baseball, not just the American League, where balls will be foul. There's just expansive territory behind the plate, down the line, so pop-ups that are going to be foul more times than not anywhere else are not. They're caught at the Coliseum. And the 0-1 is dribbled foul down the third base line. So if you break down efficiency to its core, balls in play that convert into outs, the A's do benefit from playing at their own ballpark where there is much more room to make a play.
You know, they also talk about the home run doesn't fly there like it does in the daytime, but pitchers love that ballpark and hitters do not, because a lot of foul territory there.
And the 0-2 outside, snagged by Jimenez. 8-3 A's here in the 8th inning.
I remember Herbeck, he hated playing there, and it wasn't because of the foul territory when he's batting. It was all the ground as a first baseman. He had to go cover. He goes, boy, I got a long way to run.
And Tanka's 1-2, slider low and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis' second plate appearance, and the 2-2 outside, ball 3. Lack of command has been just contagious today for anybody who's been on the mound. The team were in red. Full count. And the payoff pitch, he got him. So Tonkin strikes out Davis with a fastball. Inning over. The A's do add 2. They do leave 3, but they add on to their lead here in the 8th inning. After 7.5, it now reads Oakland 8, Twins 3 on your home for Twins.
MLB Central is your leadoff look at the day in baseball with an all-star lineup of guests and all the news that's central to the game. MLB Central, weekday mornings at 10 Eastern.
MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Twins baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Get Twins home screen icons and app features as well as game day, radio broadcast, statcast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. 8-3 Oakland, bottom 8. Couple of changes for the A's. New pitcher Frankie Montas. As we thought, new third baseman, former Twin Trevor Plouffe. It's Jorge Polanco leading off. He takes a pitch high. Montas came to the A's in the same deal that brought Jarrell Cotton to Oakland from the Dodgers. Deadline last year. Strike called on Polanco. 98 on the radar gun. We saw Montas earlier in this series. He throws hard. A guy that's been a starter plenty his professional career. In the minor leagues, 84 career minor league starts. As Polanco lifts one to right towards the line, it's going to drop for a hit. So Polanco will lead off single to begin the 8th inning. Snaps an 0 for 6. And now Sano. This will be a fun matchup here. You got power against power. Montas can hit 100. And Sano can hit the ball about 500 feet. Sano 0 for 2 with a walk. How's that bat high? Twins down by 5. And here's the pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 1. Presley charged with both runs a moment ago in the top of the 8th inning. And the 1-0 pitch is low, ball 2. There's 97 from Montas. Montas has been traded 3 times in his career, and each deal involving at least 5 players. And the 2-0 pitch high again, ball 3. That's what the Twins need right now, base runners. And Stephen Vogt's going to take time. Montas began with the Red Sox. And he was part of the trade involving the Red Sox, White Sox, Tigers, and Peavy and Garcia and Iglesias. Notable players moving in that deal back in 2013 and 2015 to the Dodgers. White Sox in that deal as well. Micah Johnson, Trace Thompson. And the 3-0 pitch, and Miguel taking all the way strike called. And now Dodgers to the A's for Rich Hill and Josh Reddick, August 1 last season. Twins down by 5. Polanco at first, nobody out. 3-1 on Sano. And here it comes. A swing and a foul back. 97. Looks like Ryan Madsen has resumed throwing.
Yeah, you look at that trade to get Montas over here to Oakland, but also Jarrell Cotton came over in that deal, and he's one that started today, and he looks very good. And isn't Rich Hill the guy that's on the disabled list with blisters and his problems with his fingers?
Josh Reddick's now in Houston. So 3-2 on Sano. Again, time called.
Well, sometimes that's the organization, how they make themselves better, younger. Trading away some players and getting some young arms.
Full count. Montas to Sano, and the 3-2 got him swinging on a high fastball. As Miguel takes the handle of his bat towards his cleats. 98 it was up, and Sano strikes out for the 3rd time today, and he's out number 1. Twins have struck out 11 times as a team. Now 9 of those for Jarrell Cotton. So 1 out. Kenny Vargas 0 for 3 today. Perhaps his last chance to add to his 5-game hitting streak. Kenny has struck out twice. It bounced out to the mound. And the pitch is over and in. Knee-high strike called. Another final in today. The Reds beat the Pirates 4-2. And the 0-1 outside. Indians and the Tigers were rained out. In Detroit, Twins make their first trip to Cleveland next weekend. And 3 in Chicago Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then 3 at Progressive Field next weekend. The 1-1 popped up, playable, high in the air, shallow left center field. 3 aid defenders go out. It's going to be Plouffe making the catch, the third baseman, and left center field for the second out. It was Rosales, it was Trevor, it was the left fielder Davis, all converging in left center field, and Trevor to charge, made the call and the catch. So 2 down. Eduardo Escobar 0 for 3. Escobar batting left-handed. And here it comes, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Now, curious to see the lineup the Twins use tomorrow night against the Red Sox, against lefty Eduardo Rodriguez. Over the career for Rodriguez, left-handed hitters fare better than righties, so it's not a guarantee that some of the lefties that normally sit against lefties would sit tomorrow. Well, it's a smaller sample this year. Lefties are performing far and away better than righties, but and again, he doesn't see too many left-handed hitters, at least he hasn't yet, but over his career, lefties have hung in there. So you may see some left-handed batters play tomorrow night. And the 1-1 is outside, ball 2. Phil Hughes will oppose the only night game left on this homestand. 7:10 tomorrow night, then 1:10 Saturday, 1:10 Sunday. Oakland 8, Twins 3 in the 8th inning. Polanco at first, 2 outs. And the 2-1 pitch, line foul. That'll find an empty chair. And away from us, Delta Sky 360 Club 2-2. Now Montas deals 2-2. A drive to right down the line, but foul. As Eddie yanked it on the right field side, foul. Eduardo Escobar on 2 for 7 in this series. Starting at third base today, Miguel Sano DHing. And again, the 2-2 high, ball 3. If you missed it earlier, big story. Byron Buxton had to leave the game after a collision with the wall, ending the 5th inning. Byron, a fine defensive play, but did hit the wall. Pretty good rate. His head kind of snapped back a little bit. Good news, he did pass the initial concussion exam. And Paul should have more on his status after the game today. So Polanco will be moving here at first. 3-2 on Escobar with 2 outs in the 8th. And here it comes. A swing and a drive in the air to right center field. That's it well. Back towards the wall. It's up, and that ball is gone. A home run. To the second deck in right center. Escobar nearly had one to the second. He does go deep in the 8th, his 3rd. And the Twins are back within 3. It's 8-5. It was down, and Escobar brought the barrel down, bending the knees and getting a hold of one. Above the out-of-town scoreboard, that one landing off a fan's hand, leaning over the railing above the ribbon board in right center. So Frankie Montas will leave. The A's make a pitching change. Ryan Madsen is coming in. Twins back within 3, still batting in the 8th. 2 outs, bases empty, trailing 8-5. Chris has scores next, and you're home for Twins baseball. Twins are down by 3. Ryan Madsen worked a scoreless inning last night, did walk 2. As he misses low on Eddie Rosario, ball 1. Rosario's been on twice, a homer, a walk. He has scored 2 times. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Big cut, Eddie Rosario. 1-1. With his home run, the hitting streak continues. It's up to 14 games. That's it on for the 13th time. He's thrown well. ERA is under 2. He'll turn 37 in late August. Madsen 6'6", 225. And the 1-1. Change up outside, ball 2. Madsen was a key cog with the world champion Royals in 2015. Remember, he saw it as a non-roster player that season. I think Franklin Morales was a lefty out of the bullpen. He was also a non-roster invite, and that's worked well for Kansas City in recent years. And the 2-1 pitch on the outside corner. Strike 2. Rosario thought it was ball 3 instead of 2-2 count.
He had a big year. Philadelphia 2011, 32 saves. And then Tommy John, Cincinnati signed him. He did not play. 2012, 2013, 1 game, got a save and a minor league game, and then missed all of 2014.
2. Jam popped up back of third. Trevor chasing into foul territory room. He'll catch it. And the 8th inning is over. Twins, they'll get 2 on Escobar's 3rd homer. With that, we go to the 9th inning. It now reads Oakland 8, Twins 5 on your home for Twins baseball. Ninth inning from Target Field. Oakland 8, Twins 5. With Danny Glad and Corey Provis today from the John Gordon radio booth in downtown Minneapolis. Michael Tonkin returns for the 9th inning. Strike called on Adam Rosales, right-handed batting shortstop. Just like Casilla, the closer, is warming up for Oakland. Twins down 3. The 0-1 slider low. Rosales today 1 for 3, a bunt single in the 2nd. Sac fly RBI in the 5th. He's also struck out twice. Rosales seeing regular time at short. Marcus Semien is out, injured, broken right wrist. He's on the 60-day DL, so Rosales seeing more and more time at short. 2-1 on Rosales. Joyce on deck, followed by Lowry. And Tonkin's pitch, a swing and a pop fly, foul out of play. And that does land. And the Delta Sky 360 Club down the way from us, 2-2. Now Tonkin's 2-2. A fly ball off the end of the bat. Shallow left near the line. Santana sprinting to his right across the line in foul territory. And he makes the catch. 1 out. Broken bat off the end of the bat, really. And the bat boy kind of checking that bat to see if it did stay in one piece. And Santana ran a long way to catch that one. Crossing the left field line into foul territory, made the catch. 1 out. And now Joyce. He's had a good series. He's been on with what he's done today 8 times in this series. He's been on 4 times alone today. 2 walks, 2 hits, an RBI. He has scored twice. And the leadoff spot for the 3rd time this year. Yeah, who knows? Bob Melvin may stick with Joyce in that leadoff spot based on how he performed today, tomorrow. There's ball 1. 1-0 pitch, foul back off the screen behind the plate. A's take on the Tigers in Oakland starting tomorrow night. Now the 1-1 outside. Speed from Tonkin. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is popped foul. Well, the Twins after 25 games. 7-7 at home, 7-4 on the road. And the month of May, the Twins are here. They will not be here much in June, but the month of May, the Twins have plenty of home games. Now the 2-2 pitch got him. Struck him out swinging. Fastball, retiring Joyce for just the 2nd time today. And the 2nd strikeout from Tonkin, 2 down. And now Lowry. Twins have the lower 3rd coming up in the 9th inning. Jimenez, Santana, and Kepler. He is a right-hander. So the Twins go to their bench if needed. 2 down. Here it comes. It's lined to center field and a base hit. No chance for Polanco. And Lowry has his 2nd hit. Oakland up to 14 hits today. A 2-out single. That'll bring Chris Davis up.
Hey, Corey, they've had base runners on, what did we say, every inning but the 6th inning.
Yep.
And here's a club here where they walk, 8 walks today. And this is a club, the Oakland Athletics, they rank 11th in walks. So they're a team that really doesn't walk much, but today they took some walks.
Pitch outside, ball 1.
And just looking at it, with all the walks by Oakland, only one of those came around to score. But still pitching out of a lot of jams.
That's what I'm saying. You look at the scorecard today, the Twins could easily be down by 10 runs right now.
They left 12 men on base, 14 hits.
And the 1-0 pitch is outside, ball 2.
And you look at the Twins, 5 runs on just 6 hits.
3 home runs.
Yeah,
that's
3 home runs.
That's been the story offensively for the Twins. Two 2-0 on Davis. And here it comes, and it's low ball 3. Jimenez trying to bring that one up a little bit. 3-0 count.
On the homestand here, this is the 3rd game here, and coming to the game they had hit 7, 3 homers, 10 home runs in 3 games. Pretty good.
And the 3-0 pitch, and a green light for Davis, and he sends it foul. Back behind the plate, 3-1. Kyle Gibson, 4 innings, 4 runs, 8 hits. He walked 3. 3-1, strike 2 called. Tonkin painting, outside corner, fastball down to the zone, 3-2. Vargas playing behind Lowry. The runner at first, he goes. The 3-2 pitch is popped up. Playable shallow right. This is Kepler in, looking up to the partly cloudy skies, and he'll make the catch. And that's the inning. A's do not score. Get a hit, leave one. Twins are bat in the ninth, leading 3 to tie. Jimenez, Santana, Kepler due up. 8-5 Oakland on your home for Twins baseball. Looking ahead now with the U.S. Bank Twins and the Red Sox. First of 3. The Target Field tomorrow night. Phil Hughes, Eduardo Rodriguez, the pitching matchup for Game 1. 6:30 pregame, 7:10 start. U.S. Bank is the official bank of the Twins and proud sponsor of the U.S. Bank Home Run Porch. Twins are down by 3, bottom 9. A couple of changes on the pitch for Oakland. The closer, Santiago Casilla. 4-5 and save opportunities. Pinch hitter for the Minnesota Twins. Jimenez will not bat. Joe Mauer will. Casilla has been tough on lefties. Lefties 1 for 11 against the right-hander. And the pitch on the way is outside. Ball 1. Casilla back with the A's. He broke in with Oakland all the way back in 2004. Was with the A's through 2009. Then went to the Giants through last year. Signed a 2-year contract. This offseason back with Oakland. 6 feet 210. And now the 1-0 pitch on Joe is a strike called at 94. Sinker ball is the primary pitch that Casilla features. He'll mix in the 4-seam in the low to mid 90s. Curveball often and a slider. Mauer did not start today. Was on base 3 times last night. 2 walks, a hit. Santana on deck, followed by Kepler. And Casillas 1-1, low and inside. Ball 2. In 13 games against the Twins in Casillas' career, he has an ERA over 6. Pumps the bat back and forth, waits 2-1. And here it comes. Swinging a foul back. Fastball 94. Mauer floating one off the net behind the plate. 2-2. Mauer went deep for the first time this season on Tuesday night. A home run to left center field. His first. He's knocked in 10 as he waits 2-2 from Casilla. And the pitch fouled back. base percentage at .287. After 23 games, nowhere near his career numbers. After a nice start here in May, he's not alone. His offense has been locked in so far here in early May. Scored 5 today, but still losing by 3. And again, the 2-2, low and inside, not biting on the curve. A tough pitch to take, and Mauer did. Full count, 3-2, Santana on deck. Plouffe playing off the line at third, Rosales at short. Giving Joe some space up the middle. These outfielders don't pinch as close to the line as we see others in left. The 3-2 outside, he walked him. Tried to get a backdoor breaking ball in off the corner, missed away. So Mauer coaxes the leadoff walk, and there's the start. And now Danny Santana. He's been on twice, a homer, a bunt single, and he's also struck out. Need one more guy to reach to give themselves a chance, and that guy on deck can do just that in Kepler. But right now it's Santana. Plouffe not ruling out a possible bunt. A few steps in at third. Santana swings and sends one foul behind the plate. Santana began the game to right, then went over to left after Buxton had to leave with the injury. Again, he did pass the initial concussion exam. And the 0-1. Ground ball right side. Bobbled by the first baseman. A race to first. Casilla picks it up and flips back to first for the out. Boy, the A's, in a way, catch a break. First, Alonso did not field a sharply hit ground ball, but then a fortunate bounce as the ball hit Alonso. Then bounced back towards the mound. And Casilla alertly was off the mound to the first base side just in case he had a cover. So he had some momentum going towards first base anyway. Then picked up the ball halfway between first base and the mound and flipped it underhand for the out as Mauer takes second one away. That was a 3-1-3. So one out. Kepler takes a pitch low and inside. Ball one. Santana hit that ball hard. It's still out number one. Max, his second plate appearance, he popped out in the seventh. Kepler sitting on 2 homers, 11 knocked in. And the pitch off speed, strike called. Curveball from Casilla, 1-1. Dozier on deck. So updating those numbers, and he's seeing a lefty now. Casillas and Kepler. Lefties are just 1 for 12 against Casillas so far this season. Outfield playing, Max to pull. And the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. It's a good breaking ball Casilla has. 1-2. Casilla 38 saves 2 years ago with the Giants, had 31 last year. He'll turn 37 in late July. Santiago Casilla. Mauer at second base, 1 out, bottom 9. Oakland 8, Twins 5. Kepler behind 1-2. Casilla glances towards second. Now turns home, and the 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and nicely stopped that time. Oh, that might have hit Kepler. It did. A late call, but Mike Malinsky ruling that that ball sure did hit Kepler in his lower body, maybe his foot. So Max, he's limping. He's going to walk slowly up the first base line. And the tying run is coming up in Dozier. Let's see where this ball exactly struck Kepler. Back left foot, Danny, maybe right on the toe.
Yeah, right on that toe there. And tried to get it out of the way. Got the front foot out of the way.
Sure did, right on top. So Brian Dozier is the tying run. He's 0 for 3 today with a walk. So a walk. Santana grounded out, and now a hit batter. And somehow the Twins are in this game, trailing 8-5 in the 9th inning. And a pitch on Dozier, and that's low and inside, and that hit the umpire. Mike Malinsky is down on his knees, and Brian Dozier's motioning to the Twins dugout to get a trainer out there. And here comes Lanning Tucker to take a look at Mike Malinsky. And that was just whiffed by Stephen Vogt, and that hit the umpire in a painful spot. I mean, Vogt didn't even touch it.
It almost looked like Vogt was going down to try to block it, and he just got crossed up. But
Mike Malinsky is on his feet. Lanning Tucker, one of the Twins' outstanding trainers, is chatting with him, but he's on his feet. All the umpires are around home plate right now, and the Twins are motioning to the dugout to maybe bring out some water. And sure enough, that is indeed the case. The pitch was called a ball, and it was close to being a strike, honestly, folks, in the inside corner, but where Vogt was set up, that wasn't going to happen. But Mike Malinsky is going to stay in this game. The umpires going back to their respective bases. Dozier 4 homers. He's knocked in 10. He's the tying run. Now we're at second base. Kepler at first. Only one out. Santiago Casilla is going to be allowed to throw a few towards home plate. He needed just one. Now play resumes. Ball, no strikes on Brian Dozier. As Casilla leans in. There's the ball to his belt. Turns back towards second, comes home. The 1-0 pitch. Line to left, down the line. That ball hooking and going foul. Skips off the sidewall, down the left field line. 1-1. 2 on, 1 out. And the pitch, breaking ball outside, ball 2. With his 2 home runs on Tuesday night, Dozier now with 60 career homers at Target Field. He's the all-time leader. The guy defending at third base, he's second. And Trevor Plouffe. He's had the shift on. 3 on the left side of second base. And the 2-1 pitch. Weak ground ball to third, down the line and foul. Fielded by Plouffe in foul territory. 2-2 on Dozier. Polanco on deck. Looks like Taylor Rogers throwing at the Twins bullpen right now. Played mostly in the sunshine today. Right now, some shade on the playing field. 2 on and 1 out. And the 2-2 high, ball 3. You sit fastball here, Danny, 3-2?
Well, you have to. He hasn't been able to kind of get a bit consistent with the breaking ball. And hasn't really been consistent with that fastball.
3-2 on Dozier. He's the tying run. And the payoff. He walked him. Not close. Ball 4. And now the Twins can win it with Polanco. 2 walks, a hit batter. And the Twins have the winning run at the plate right now.
Well, Corey, he went to the breaking ball, and that was an easy pitch. They had no chance for that ball being a strike.
Kurt Young, pitching coach for the A's, out to visit with the veteran Casilla. The Twins 3 homers today. All 3 have been hit by those on the side Polanco's going to bat from right now. Left-handed side. Rosario in the second, Santana in the second, Escobar a 2-run shot in the 8th inning. And Polanco. Sano, by the way, is on deck, and there's only 1 out. Jorge is 1 for 4. Mauer at third, Kepler at second, Dozier at first. Polanco this season, 1 homer, he's knocked in 12. And here's the pitch, high, ball 1. Interesting stat here from Kyle Hammer. The Twins have now drawn 5 walks today. When the Twins draw 5 walks or more, they're 9-1. Casilla from the stretch. And the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. And a sinker. Time called as Casilla steps off, and Polanco resting his bat near his left shoulder, and now is back in. Taps the barrel to the plate. Pumps it back and forth. Casilla glances toward third. Now comes home with the 1-1 on the way outside, ball 2. Outfield playing deep and playing Polanco to pull out to right center. Hayes a double play depth. And the 2-1, a swing and a pop fly. Shallow center. Davis playing deep, now coming in. Rajay still charging and catches it. Mauer holds at third as the throw comes in from Davis in center. No reason for Mauer to try and score there. Not with a guy coming up now in Sano. As the Twins are down to their last out, but still can win it with number 22 batting. 2 down. Twins fans here at Target Field, rally caps on. Sano walked in the first inning. Since then, 3 strikeouts. Outfielders playing as deep as possible. Infield back. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Time called. Before today, Miguel Sano his last 6 games. 13 for 24, 13 runs batted in. Now time again called as Vogt and Casilla need to chat. That meeting is over. Vogt mascot jogging back towards home plate. A leadoff walk to Mauer began this inning. Santana grounded out. Kepler got hit by a pitch. Dozier walked. A moment ago, Polanco fly to center. So 2 outs, Miguel Sano the winning run in the 9th. And here's the pitch, check swing inside corner and did not go, ball 1. Fastball up and inside. Miguel did not chase it. 1 ball, no strikes. Twins players. Well, nobody's sitting back right now. All the guys leaning over that green railing. First base dugout. And the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2 inside. Garcia's missing with that sinker.
Well, they went out, and I'm sure the conference was, let's go ahead and crowd him. Let's get the fastball in on him. Maybe he'll swing and pull it. Get an easy strike that way, but here's where it's dangerous because 2 balls, no strikes. Needs to throw a strike here.
And the 2-0 is low, ball 3. Green light.
Oh, gosh, yes. You know, you say that, yes, because you got a guy that's pretty disciplined up here. But at the same time, he's already walked 2. He's hit a batter. He is wild. And the fact that you got protection at Vargas in the on-deck circle behind him.
3-0 on Miguel, and the pitch. He does swing and sends one foul. Back behind the plate. I don't know how he made contact on that pitch. That was close to the first one. That was inside, near the hands. And Miguel did swing and opened up and somehow put the ball in play. It was foul behind the plate. 3-1. And that was ball 4. Sano had the green light. He went after it. Now 3-1. Both sets up in. And the pitch is swung out and fouled. 94 behind the plate. That was a true strike. And now the Twins are down to their last strike. 3-2 on Miguel.
Oh, you like this. You get a head start. Runners are going to be going here. Yes, the outfielders are playing deep, trying to cut a double off. But still, if Dozier gets a great jump, he's got a chance to score on maybe just a ball to the outfield.
And still a big gap in left center. If Sano can split Rajay and Chris Davis, you bet. 2 strikes, Dozier should score. Anyway, here it comes, and the payoff pitch. He got him on a check swing, breaking ball. Miguel went, and that's the ball game. Garcia strikes out Sano, and with that, the A's win the finale. The Twins made it interesting late, but they fall in Game 3, 8-5. A 3-2 curve, and Miguel could not hold back as he went after it, and Oakland prevails by 3, 8-5. Twins fall to 14-12. The A's now 12-16. We'll come back with the totals and summaries, but first we check in downstairs. Here's Chris.